is about as bright as it feels. Although it's not actually, it's not the video that you guys normally get, but man, staring into that light all day, this is what it feels like. Here, let's fix that. There we go. Do this one too. It gets all configured and ready to go. And then just in case, we'll get this. There she blows. Oh man, I don't know what we're doing today. I'm like a mess from the weekend for some reason. It's not even the weekend anymore, you know? I'm like super duper tired lately. I don't know what it is. I think it's the iron thing, which is what I'm doing on Thursday. It's not gonna be around on Thursday. I gotta get a bag of blood drawn. Just a bag of blood. I don't even know whose blood it is, but it's a bag of blood. God, there's so many threads of things that I wanted to do with a 3D printer that I can't, just because time. I wanna circle back to it and do that stuff. You can see the printer's working right now, like furiously, doing a temperature tower so that we can print out part of the laser jacket, which I think we may switch over to the gaming computer. I still have it plugged in, so I can switch over to the gaming computer when the time comes, when I figure out what temperature I want to print at. And then we can print the laser jacket sort of in the middle of the stream, I think. That temp tower should finish hopefully soon. I don't know. Let's see what the timing says. Wait, that doesn't work. Actually, I think it does. Let's try it. I don't know why I use that combo there. There we go. Yeah, see, it's doing a temp tower. Ah! I don't care. USB relay control. That's kind of neat. Yeah, updating now is probably not a great idea, my man. Let's ignore that. Yeah, it's got 17 minutes left in the test print there. How's it going, internet? Did I get Mad Badger sub? Did I thank Mad Badger for subbing? Because I got that on my list and it was after the Louis raid. I don't know. I think I got it. I hope I did. Of course, my stomach waits until right now to make the most horrible grumble noise that I've heard in a little while. That was a very weird noise. Been one of those days, huh? Yeah, so far so good. I mean, I still have to do a bunch of stuff in Clipper. Rover Mechanic Simulator? No, I've never seen that. Hold on. Never even heard of it. Ah! Like 50 video things opening up. I don't want to see that. Oh my god, and then a picture and this is cancer. Get that out of my face. I just want to look at what the game is. Jeez. Did this just come out? Oh, no. No, it did not. Looks kind of cool. Yeah, pretty neat. Maybe I'll list it if I remember it at the end of the stream. Maybe I'll put it on the list. If I remember. I'm a little low down here. What's going on? Be like this. Actually, I need to do the full view if I'm going to adjust that. Yo, that's too far. That should be right about here. It's a little better. Ugh, another weird hair day. I feel like I slept on my head. Like, I was doing a headstand all night. A weird way to sleep. It's a weird way to live your life. This is the new camera. It wasn't that hard to get working. I got parts coming in for the old camera so that I can put it in a more protective shell, and then this one will go on the shelf. It'll basically go on a shelf and it'll be my spare equipment. I can't believe there's streamers who make like $5,000 a stream and they don't even buy an extra webcam. What's up, Brilberks? How's it going? Today's like a miscellaneous day. I don't really know what we're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Why am I here? I'll explain more when I get started, but working on a bunch of stuff. I've got my hands in many pockets right now, working on a bunch of different things, and so we're just gonna work on a bunch of different things today. I guess after the push to get the 3D printer done, like I said, you know what? All this extra stuff, I'm not doing it. I'm just 3D printer done, and now I have all these parts to do all the advanced stuff that I wanted to do. I got to circle back, but before that, it's got to earn its keep. So that's where I am right now. And so there's just like a vacuum. There's a project vacuum. Not really though. There's never a project vacuum around here. It's a brief. It's like one of those bubbles that forms when you set off a little explosion underwater, and then it all compresses back in. Because like right now, it seems like there's a project vacuum, but there's so much to fill that space that it's going to create a tiny little black hole. No, it's going to create a tiny little compression whatever event. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Yeah, but yeah, so that's where we are right now with projects. But I'll wait for people to gather a little bit before I actually talk about that again. I saw 2 videos this morning, believe it or not. 2 videos this morning, and one of them was about metaverse and the other was about ancient aliens. It's like, what year is it? The Kurzgesagt, whatever, the bird video about whether or not we would be able to detect ancient aliens. And it's like geological timescale shit, which is not exactly a mood booster. It's not exactly a mood enhancer, to be fair. Would we be able to even tell if there were ancient aliens? And the answer is no. Everything we do, everything we've amounted to is going to turn into dust in the blink of an eye, geologically. Jeez. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. This is definitely helping my cup of coffee go down. What the hell? Metaverse in general is just depressing anyway, so. No, it's not that. It's not the short selling other civilizations' achievements by saying aliens definitely did this because ancient peoples definitely couldn't because I have terrible worldviews. What is up with my reception today? Emergency calls only, but then I've also got Wi-Fi, so what the hell? Man, now it's no longer emergency calls only. This, man, my phone situation down here, there's like just enough edge reception that it just screws everything up. I don't know what it is. And then another thing that I'm like looking at is, should I get an Omnipod? I don't know how many of the usual diabetic crew that hang out in my stream are there, but I'm looking at the Omnipod and I'm wondering about it. I like this song a lot. I want to figure out what song this is. $30 days for free. So you got to wear this big pod on my body. So it's this other giant adhesive thing that I got to wear on my body. But then again, I won't catch the pump tube on a doorknob. I might catch the entire pump on a doorknob, but I won't catch the pump tube on a doorknob. Also, I'm not as small as this person wearing the thing on her arm, but I could put it on my arm or like behind my shoulder a little bit. That's where I've been putting the glucometer stuff. The interesting thing that those are the same picture. Why would you do that? The thing about it is like my entire management system would be my phone, the pod, and the glucose sensor. Which is pretty crazy. The other interesting thing about the Omnipod, because you guys know a little bit about like my care and management, the stuff that I do, because I talk about it openly on stream. You guys know that, like, and I'm saying you guys know that, and now I get to explain it to the people that don't know. You guys know already, of course. Of course I know how plot device works. Now, why would you explain it in full to me in this story? Now, you guys already know that once every 4 years, the warranty on the insulin pump is up, which means that I get to choose a new insulin pump. So I have this device for 4 years. And for 4 years, the reason is it's a medical device, right? It's a life-sensitive medical device or whatever. I can get ones that are out of warranty. I can get them on like a black market. It's not really a black market, but I can get them on that. And then I can run those. But if something happens to the pump, I'm SOL. I need another one. I need backup equipment. Which again, ties into what I was talking about with streamers and not, making so much money at stream and not having a friggin' backup camera. What is wrong with these people? Anyway, I live a life where everything has to be immediately and under dire consequences given backup. That's a commitment. Yeah, 4 years for one digital device, huh? Like, I mean, I buy a phone and I keep it for 7 years. That's why I buy nice phones. I buy like a really nice phone once every 7 years. I try to make it to 7 years, and I'll repair the phone myself if anything happens to it. But yeah, I've done like a decent job keeping my phone alive for a long time. I keep my pump alive for a long time because I keep myself alive. But it's a 4-year commitment to a warranty, and the warranty means that literally the company that built the pump has offered me in the past to send a courier, put somebody on a plane, send them to me to get me a device so that I could continue therapy appropriately, right? They've offered to do that in the past. That's the level of customer service that we're talking about here. What they'll do typically is they'll send you overnight or 2-day shipping a box with a new pump in it, and you put your old one in it and send it back to them, and they swap pumps like that. They do that all the time. The interesting thing about the Omnipod, and the thing about you can start Omnipod therapy almost at any time, because the disposable medical device is the entire pump. There is no 4-year pump commitment. There's just supplies. So my thought is maybe I should switch over to the Omnipod, and then my entire care system is this weird looking fucking appendage, little tumor that I have on my body, the glucose sensor, and then a phone. I'm considering that because I'm getting a little sick of belt clips failing and having to have a pager constantly. What do you do in the interim if your pump dies? Yeah, you do old school setup. Actually, diabetics under insulin pump therapy should have long-acting insulin. I don't. I basically have to mess with my entire sleep schedule and do about 2-hour injections. So every 2 hours, check what's going on, do an injection. I've done it before. It sucks, but it's only for like a day. Yeah. Meanwhile, they're like, why are diabetics stressed out? It sucks. It really sucks having to change your management system like that and, constantly needle. But, well, yeah, but the thought is like, I don't know, maybe I go to Omnipod. How many units does it hold in it? I need like a spec sheet. Potters. But the thing is, like, yeah, there's no. You can just start this therapy. My thought was that if I did, I would probably start the therapy and wait like 2 months to actually start using it so that I could build up supplies, just so that I have a buffer zone. Just so I have a buffer zone. I'm gonna have to poop in the middle of the stream. I'm gonna have to do a BRB. Everybody's gonna make poop jokes. Yeah, spec sheet and CAD model. I have 3D print one so that I can get comfortable with it. I don't know though. I mean, it means that on my I don't have a lot of flat surfaces on my body. I don't know if you guys know about that. There's not a lot of flat surfaces on my body. Maybe like my forehead is a little flat. Like, that's it. Like back of my neck. I'm not putting this thing on the back of my neck. But like, I don't have a lot of flat surfaces on my body, and so having a device that looks like it is a flat surface primarily seems a little weird to me. It would probably, I mean, I've been doing a lot on my stomach, which when I get in and out of bed is like, that's when I like rub stuff up against it. And so I've had infusion sets just fly off because of that. So what happens when you have an infusion set, quote unquote, fly off? What happens when I catch it on a doorknob? This is why I'm talking about like building up supplies ahead of time. Because if I got to change out my entire insulin pump and this enormous adhesive patch, then again, I don't know, bumping up against a doorknob can rip off this tiny little patch. That thing is freaking enormous, right? I don't know. Yeah, the infusion set that I have actually has a physical needle. It's got a stainless steel needle at 90 degrees. The reason I got it was because I had occlusions, which is where you get a blockage in the line. Typically, it's a plastic tube that's at an angle. But I found those would occlude a lot. Sometimes if you get it in just the right part of a muscle, you can just kink the tube by moving. So I did 90 degrees, stainless steel. It has been great. I've had a great time with it. What that means is that there's this little circular patch, and then there's this little anchor patch that has the thing you can click in and out. So I can take this off when I shower. I don't know what you do with this one. If you take it off when you like take a shower or something, I gotta look into this a little bit better. I don't want this fluff. I want to actually look at like what the hardware is. See this. Now, I don't have a smartwatch, so I'm not doing the glucose levels on the watch, but that looks pretty cool. You know, I'm Android, so I don't do that. I'm a mandroid. What the fuck is that thing? Oh, is this the this might be the project to turn the Omnipod into, is this Night Scout? Might be. Yeah, do it yourself. Apparently their algorithms, the custom algorithms, are pretty damn good. They do a lot of much better management and stuff than the health companies do. Yeah, there's been a lot of very interesting hacking efforts on the Omnipod. What they've done in order to get that wireless signal, because a long time ago there were articles about how a hacker can get into your insulin pump if they want to, and that wasn't, that was the press angle on it, but the actual angle, the actual thing that happened was that through the little wireless remotes that they used to make to all of the pumps, diabetics were able to control the pump remotely, which means that they are also actually able to get the glucose monitor, the constant glucose monitor signal as well, and they were able to tie them all together. And now we have this generation of technology where all the companies are suddenly scrambling and getting their own systems up and running, but because of those articles that said hackers can get into your pump, which is just the fucking most disingenuous thing. Who's gonna hack my insulin pump, you know? And how am I never gonna notice if somebody hacks my insulin pump? I'll just be like, what the fuck? Oh, it gave me a bunch of units. There's a maximum amount of units that the thing can give. So it's, oh no, it injected max units. Let me go get some orange juice. So anyway, so the diabetics got into those wireless signals. The companies, and they started to do their own closed loop management. And so the companies went, oh no, encryption, go. And so they encrypted the wireless signals, and that's actually a big problem because encryption sucks. It's actually very difficult to work with from an end user standpoint, rather. So they've encrypted it, and it was very easy for them to do. You just put a little bit of like encryption, like a couple lines of code in there to encrypt it. And well, that couple lines of code will have stuff like secret keys. You have secret keys and you have rounds. So you have certain number of rounds that you apply, typically with like an XOR, to your signal, and then on the other end you can do the same thing with that same secret key. You apply a couple rounds, and it's very light in terms of the amount of code and the cycles that it has to run. I mean, it's got to run 256 cycles, but it can do that very quickly before it wirelessly transmits stuff. So that's what they did in order to encrypt things, and then the hackers went, shit, it's gonna take us like probably 10 to 20 years to try to brute force that. We don't have that kind of time. I have a lunch appointment. So what they did is they took the Omnipod and they started to take a look at the hardware, and they started to reverse engineer it. This song sounds very much like Simon Postford. Anyway, they took a look at the hardware and they took a look at the chip that was required for it. And it turns out the chip is a specific microcontroller that has some extra stuff baked into it. They went directly to the company because they're a healthcare provider and they're going to be producing billions of these things. These are disposable, by the way. This gets thrown out. So what they ended up doing was taking a look at the hardware. And this is a university research effort. They took the hardware and they decapped it. Decapping is when you apply a very gnarly acid to the top of the chip in order to dissolve the epoxy. Once you dissolve enough of the epoxy, you drop a base on it and it stops. You drop the base. And so they've got a piece of silicone that's been revealed. And what they did next may shock you. What they did was they took a pretty powerful microscope. I don't think it was a scanning electron, but it might have been. They took a pretty powerful microscope and they took probably more than one decapped Omnipod and they visually scanned the memory of the Omnipod. And what they were able to do is get a hex file dump, as in all of the ones and the zeros in the chip, mainly the ones that the user can configure, the user configurable ones and zeros, aka the firmware. They were able to visually inspect by looking at the states of the gates on the silicon itself. So the 1 and the 0 were a physical thing in physical memory, because it's a, I don't know, I don't think it's a MEMS system, but I guess it might be. But there was a certain like visual cue for it being a 1 or a 0. And so they took many different samples over many different pictures and many different devices, and they had a MATLAB program that went in and figured out whether or not it was a 1 or a 0, and they ended up getting the hex dump. I don't know what has happened since then, because once you get a hex dump, it's just 1s and 0s. And so you've got to take it into machine language in order to figure out what it's telling the processor to do. There are programs that do that, and then there's a certain art to turning it back into actual code, turning it back into code that's somewhat human readable, because it doesn't initially, like, you don't know exactly what the compiler is doing. I mean, maybe some of these programs do now kind of know what the compiler is doing, but like, you don't know exactly what the compiler is doing. So what you do is you run it through a firmware reverse engineering program, and then you massage it until it actually looks like something that you can use. And so what you're looking for is where the signal either comes in or goes out, and then what happens to it immediately after that to see whether or not, I mean, it's probably like stored, and then it's decrypted, and then it's used. So how is it doing that? It's insane. But they visually hacked, they visually got a firmware dump off of one of these things. People are crazy. People are crazy. Yeah, it looks like this is the go-between guy. It's basically two modems, one that communicates with your phone, like Bluetooth, and then the other one that is on the frequencies of the Omnipod. Hashtag we are not waiting is the effort. Yeah, security's only good as the front gate. I mean, they could do a lot of stuff fairly cheaply to keep people from hacking it. I would rather they don't. The way the Omnipod works is that it's actually a coiled spring. There's a spring-loaded mechanism in here that advances a plunger, right? And that spring-loaded mechanism is triggered by a piece of memory wire. So it applies current to the memory wire. The memory wire changes shape and pulls in, and then it allows it to click over and give a prescribed amount of insulin, like 0.7 of a unit, I think is typical. I don't know what the Omnipod specifically does. I know mine does 0.7 of a unit, but yeah, and it'll just go through the sequence of click, 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 that spring forward in order to deliver the medication, the insulin. I just want to know what like the hardware is like. Like, what is it like? I want a rundown. This guy's about to fucking punch diabetes with his cell phone. Look at this guy. He's like, argh! Yeah, so anyway, that's the results of my doctor's appointment yesterday. Talk about a new system, whether or not I want to actually go to one of these Omnipod things, and that way I would be rid of this piece of hardware, and I would be rid of warranties and stuff like that. I just have supplies. That's all I would be using. I'm very strongly thinking about it, because I think this is pretty lightweight, and I don't think I'm ever really that far apart from my cell phone. Sometimes I'll wander off with it in another room in the house, but... Yeah, well, I could change how the phone beeps at me. I don't know if the phone will have to have, like, an override on it. I wonder what the Android environment is with this thing, because, like, all the phones that I've seen, I think are... no, this one isn't Apple. Yeah, so I think there's Android stuff for it. I'm not getting an Apple Watch. I don't want to do that. Although it was convenient when I was, like, driving to be able to check my glucose level by looking at my wrist. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah, I could actually tie it into that. Oh, God, no, please. Oh, it would be funny to be, like, just completely off your face drunk and just be like, I need a bolus. Yeah, if you guys had ears in here, you would be able to hear the grumbling that just happened. I'll be right back. Where's my BRB? There we go. Right where I would be. Listen, I got a buddy who put his glucose levels up on the wall because he had that system, and I don't want that. All right, I'll be right back. I know, right? No, what I need is something we made up for a friend of mine, because we were at a festival and he was like, I have to poop. And so he goes to one of the porta potties And he literally closes the door, and then the door opens again and comes out. And we were all like, that was fast. He's like, yeah, I just have like a cartridge that I release, and then... But no, he didn't actually, you know, do anything in the bathroom. It was just funny. That became a joke for a little while. And yeah, I'm with you. I you know, hey. Oh yeah, you guys can't see chat. Chat, dude. The chat comment is wanting to poop standing up. He's just release a cartridge. I would love that because I've got about 10,000 tubes on me right now. I've got the wire for the mic, and then I also have the insulin pump, which both of them, well, the mic wouldn't hurt, but it would hurt if the mic came off and went into the toilet or something like that. So, you know, hey. I think I am gonna go Omnipod. I think it does kind of justify the expensive phone that I bought, you know? Expensive phone, Omnipod, all that connectivity, and then I don't have like a pump hanging out on my belt. That kind of has a bit of an appeal to me, right? I'm not going to do anything to connect it to the internet. I think it's good to kind of leave it on its own. I really don't want to release my numbers or have a lighting system dedicated to reflecting my glucose levels, because that's my information. I don't need to give it to you. Glucose level's a little high right now. But it pump's correcting. We'll see if it does anything. It's not very aggressive. What phone did I get? I got a Pixel 6. Yeah, Pixel 6. I just, the 3G was getting shut down, and so my old HTC 10 wasn't cutting it anymore. And they were shutting down all the femto cells too. I had one of those femto cells, a little wireless, what do you call it? A little wireless thingies that repeats your network where you don't get it. Which, boy, that's a boneheaded move, guys. Why did you delete all of them? I really would have liked to still use my thing. Oh, it's still plugged in. I should unplug it and kick it. Like, kick it a lot, because I really don't like it. But, yeah, so I got this phone, this new phone, and it does Wi-Fi calling. So I set it up to do Wi-Fi calling. So now AT&T is barely even responsible for my phone service, which is always encouraging. Whatever happened to those Wi-Fi phones? I know they're not still around. I guess cell phones kind of killed them. Those used to be real big. Yeah, I do like HTC phones, but I don't know. I looked at their website here. Their website, and no, where are their phones? I guess they have a really nice 5G hub. I should get one of those. I wonder how much that thing is. No, where's their phone thing? Hold on. What are they calling it? It's not Exodus, is it? Genesis block. Oh, I think this is it. I was like, what's the latest in HTC phones? And it's a crypto phone. What the fuck is a crypto phone, you might ask? I don't know, but I don't want anything to do with it. That's why I'm not with HTC. That's why I'm not getting an HTC phone anymore. I guess there's a web page here, but I'm not allowed to see it. Let my data go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're rebuilding the internet. Ugh, no thanks. Yeah, they're not advertising any of their phones on the site. It sucks, doesn't it? So much for that. That was a good phone company. How long does he have left? We got 5 minutes, and then I'll start up.
A little loud. I'm gonna call it quits. Oops.
Or he's just gonna talk over the end 5 minutes. That's fine. It's cool. It's his stream anyway. All right. I guess I'll just get started. Oop. Hi. Oh yeah. Get rid of BRB. Get rid of start soon. Turn off the lights. Go to bed. No, turn the lights back on. Okay. Hi. What are you guys doing here? Why are you here? What's going on? What is this? I'm back. It's the weekend's over for me. I guess I don't really know what I want to do today. There's a lot of stuff to work on, so I'm going to work on multiple different things. I'm printing out a temperature tower right now. Actually, it's finished. It's just cooling. With the stickiness of PETG and the new printer setup, which is working really well, things are sticking to the bed really well, overly well, curiously well. I need to allow it to cool down almost completely and then give it a little spurts of Windex, and then it has something to kind of get between the printer and the print. And I've noticed a couple of my prints have little streaks of material on them that might be my bed coming up. I'm not happy about that. The bed is in pretty bad shape to begin with because of the dodginess of the previous print setup. It was causing a lot of bad stuff to happen. So little bits of glass coming up and everything like that. I've had a couple prints that have taken up little bits of glass, and I'm not excited about that. I may have to, I don't want to use glue again. Glue sucks. I hate putting glue on the printer. Maybe I can lower the bed temp and that'll help out. Like I can do a mid-print bed temp lower. So I'll think about doing that, but in the meantime, I'm printing a temp tower because I'm going to use the translucent smoked clear filament in order to print out the hot end for burn the subs, because we're going to add water cooling to the laser because we can, and it'll be funny. So in order to do that, I'm doing a temp tower because I haven't used this filament with the printer yet and clipper and all that. I'll get that off of the bed. We'll take a look at that. We can flip over to the gaming computer, which is where I have my Prusa set up, and I can do all the Fusion 360 stuff to export the model, get it into Prusa, save the files or send them or do whatever to Octoprint, right? We'll do that when the time comes, which is probably going to be in like a minute or two, just once this bed cools down. I mean, we're just going to wait for it to get back down close to ambient, although where these two lines cross once again, it's usually the bed cools down very slowly, and in the past, I would wait for the hot end to cross the bed temperature. About there is where I can go and extract the print in my old setup. In this setup, I think I have to wait for the second crossing, so we've got a little bit more time, and then I can just go over there, spritz it, kind of give it a tug, and it'll pop off. Boy, I'm glad I washed my hands after. Anyway, so that'll happen in just a minute. We might as well do that first, I guess. But then in addition to that, I've got a bunch of other stuff that I kind of want to like just take a look at. I've really wanted to get the old boards hung up on something so that I would have a backdrop to my desk. And it turns out the Burn the Subs 3 hardware was the best bet that I had. The stuff that, the frame rails that I was going to put into the third version of Burn the Subs. And it's the reason we did all that anodization stuff, and it's, you know, all the parts that I bought, all the Delrin rollers and things like that. A lot of that stuff is just going to kind of go into a bin because Burn the Subs 3 is now officially what's up on the wall. That's Burn the Subs 3. There's enough, we've done enough revisions to it that I'm going to call it a third version, because we're also moving it over to Clipper, at least just for this board. This board, and if I do another board with the same hardware, that'll also be running on Clipper, because Gerbil, GRBL, the old board moving system, is end of life. Even though Gerbil had the inertial look ahead stuff, I think it would be interesting to go over to Clipper with it and do a little bit of API work in order to send it stuff. Yeah, PEI beds for PETG printing. Won't damage the bed. I don't know what my current bed material is. I'm not sure if that, the Creality glass is PEI. What is PEI? PEI. I'm just Googling tourism, PEI. Welcome to Prince Edward Island. I don't think I'm going to Canada. That's not what I'm looking at. PEI print bed. That would be, oh, is it that, the flexible plastic? No. That's glass. That's PEI. Huh. Oh, I see. So they apply the sheet to the glass bed? Maybe I should look that up. It's just a type of plastic. Yeah, maybe I should look that up, because I can flip the bed over and then put a PEI sheet on it and give it a shot. But like, the issue isn't it sticking. The issue is it not coming up. Flex in glass. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I mean, I've got a coated piece of glass that does really, really well. If it keeps coming up with the prints, then I'll have to figure something out, because I don't want it coming up with the prints, and I don't want it grabbing glass. So, but the other thing that I want to do, like, so Burn the Subs 3 is that hardware now, right? Because we're fundamentally changing enough stuff that I'm willing to put it over to a new version number, you know? So that's a new version number. It's all well and good. I've got hardware and I've got motor controls and stuff like that that we can put on the new one, including, you know, moving the water blocks over to the 3D printer board that Twisted Sister sent in. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of just like tweaking of code in order to get everything working properly. So yeah, that's not, I could Google that. Yeah, I'll see if I get around to doing that. Yeah, maybe I'll just steal yours and just do it, because yeah, that's super easy. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. The printer works right now, and when I do a filament change, I'm not even using a macro for the filament change. I just set a temperature, walk over to it, pluck the stuff out, and then put the new one in and just push on it until I purge the nozzle. So I don't think I need a change macro anymore, but the beeper's good. The beeper's good. That'll actually come in handy quite a bit, because having something to remind me of what I was doing. 3D printers exist in a time scale that defies ADHD. Like, I will start something else and forget what I was doing with the printer if you know, I allow that to happen. So having a beeper would probably be good. So yeah, that's Burn the Subs 3 is now that. Burn the Subs 4 is going to be a total departure from what we know Burn the Subs to be. It's going to be a total departure, and it's going to require me to do quite a bit of design. We are still going to use the Granite device controller. We're still going to use those motors. I might have to buy another one. We might need more motors, because I want it to be more of an experience, more of an artistic thing, more of an interesting visual thing to follow, and I want it to just be that cool. Like, I just want something that's that cool. And I want it to also be changeable and scalable. So being able to put miscellaneous pieces of wood up on the wall that are completely discombobulated, and having it able to burn, you know, I may have to cheapen it out and not have anything sense stuff. Instead, you know, give it a definable area and then have miscellaneous pieces of wood up on a wall. So that's essentially the idea. And yes, that is essentially the idea right there. But that's Burn the Subs 4. That's not this one. This one is now 3. Since we're doing so many different hardware changes, I'm willing to call it a new version. Hardware and software changes, I'm willing to call it a new version. 4 is going to be a complete departure, and that's going to be like fucking impossible, and I'm scared, which makes it a worthy project. The old boards, I want to do something with them. So what I would like to, your versioning enrages me. There are no rules. You can't call the police. You can't, right? Like, what are you going to do? Sue me? Like, I can do whatever I want with the versions. I could call that version L. So anyway, burn to the moon. Burn air traffic. Write my name on airplanes going by. Yeah, so old boards. I got a couple of these. BTS 3.11 for BTS for work groups. I think we're gonna need a BTS like a what do you call it again? Ah, crap. Not work group. What is it when you get together at like the town building, and there's like coffee and donuts, and you do a little psychiatry session? Group therapy. There you go. There's gonna be BTS group therapy for all the programmers out there. No, not a town hall. I don't want a town hall. No, BTS group therapy, so that you guys can heal after my versioning. Anyway, what do I got here? What's this pretty little guy doing right here? Look at this. Look at him. How you doing, man? All right, so this thing over here, this is, I actually, oh yeah, scheduling. Sorry, scheduling. Thursday, I'm going to have my bloodletting appointment where they take a bag of blood and they throw it out because my blood is trash. It's got too much iron in it. That's probably why I'm so fucking tired lately. I've had 2 Red Bulls and I'm like about to fall asleep. I don't understand. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm not streaming on Thursday. I'm gonna have my blood drawn. Hopefully I feel good after that, right? Hopefully I feel a little bit of awake. There's no Saturday because on Sunday I'm doing a LAN party. We're actually getting together for once. So that's what I'm doing. Not gonna be around. This week sucks. There's not gonna be a lot of streaming from me. But next week I will hopefully be ready to, you know, start getting into everything and get a lot done. But one of the things I want to get done today is what I'm gonna do with this thing. What I'm gonna do with these things. I got these two giant, yeah, I'm not, listen. You guys, because I stream, it doesn't mean every single interaction I ever have needs to be streamed. I'm not streaming the LAN party. No, thank you. Monetize every single thing that I do. Yeah, today and Friday are the only streams this week. That's just how it is. I'll be back. I'll be back next week, and I'll be going strong. So don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'll be around. Anyway, I'll try to go a little later today if we have stuff to do. Having finished the 3D printer, like I said earlier, leaves kind of a project vacuum, and so all the projects at once are trying to fill that space. I want to get a couple small things done too. So in the background, I have hardware that was originally intended for Burn the Sub's previous 3.0, right? That was intended for the upgrades, and it's just not going to get that hardware now. But that happens to be tall enough and wide enough that I can put something about the size of Burn the Subs on it. And so my thought is, and I bought a little kit to do this, I bought these little wire hangers that are currently attached to the screw holes there. If I can get those onto the frame rails, then I can hang both of these boards on that setup behind me, and then I can put that behind my gaming PC. I don't think I can show you guys me putting it behind the gaming PC because there's stuff with like medical diagnoses and my address and stuff on the desk right now, so I can't really show the desk. But I'll get that behind my desk to be kind of a visual backdrop. And then in the future, we can think about maybe hoisting some of the LED stuff that I've got, like some of the programmable LED strips on it, and maybe I can make it into some kind of a display. Yeah, we're just gonna all play Elden Ring. That's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna play Elden Ring on 4 computers, and we'll all stream it for 25 hours. I don't know why you'd want to make the same board twice. But yeah, a lot of the names on there are bannable now. Flatulent Gonad changed his username to TurboNad just in case. Although I don't think he really fully avoided the problem, but yeah, he's TurboNad now. For those of you who don't, those of you who will look at your Twitch listings and be like, who is that? As if his user picture wasn't a direct indicator. All right, let me get the temperature tower off of the printer right now, and then we'll take a look at that. I'll spool up my other computer, and we'll get the printer working on something. So I can't really get you guys close to the printer because it's a billion miles away right now. But basically, my removal procedure is to spurts the bottom of the print, and then wait for the clicking noises. You guys didn't hear that, but there were 2 little clicking noises there, and then I just pull up on it, and boop. Pops right off. Pops right off. You can maybe see a little bit of this in the corner of the shot. No, not really. Well, anyway. And then I gotta ruin my fingernails by digging under the skirt, the perimeter thing. I don't know if that perimeter thing's really necessary, although sometimes you see it, like the printer actually starts functioning during that part. So I guess maybe it is necessary. It just sucks to have to remove. All right, clean that off. Yeah, there's a piece of the bed missing from one of the larger platen prints that I did earlier in the weekend. Yikes. I don't know what this material is. Yeah, I don't know. It's some kind of plastic. Some form of plastic. All right, so here's the high temperature tower. This one starts at 280 and goes down to, I don't know, whatever, 10-degree increments from 280. So 280 and 270 are the 2 lowest points on this thing. Let me move this so that we can actually see. So I can get the light over here. Oh yeah, and then the other project is the pedals. So TurboNad, as I will begin referring to flatulent gonad as TurboNad, TurboNad got his pedals working, which are essentially the same exact hardware that I have. He copied me and he did it first. And he got it for like pennies on the dollar. I don't understand how in England he can get these BMW parts so goddamn cheaply. He paid like probably around $60, maybe less. It was like 30, right? $30. I can't even look at eBay without spending $30 first. Ridiculous. I don't know how he does it. And he got the whole thing together with his classical, you know, wood construction. And he was able to, hold on, let's focus. There we go. He was able to get them fully working and adjusted on his setup, which is just insane. Does this look a little more fisheye than it normally does? Yeah, this is way more fisheye than we normally are on this stream. All right, hold on. Let's unfish this eye. The only place that I can control it is here. Hopefully this doesn't break the OBS control over it. I don't think it does, but this is the only place I have control over what view angle this thing has. So right now it's in 90 degrees, which makes everything look crazy. I think 78 is probably what I typically do. I'm not sure. It depends on, because like in order to view the whole desk, yeah, I think 78's about right. All right, so let's keep it there. Yeah, see, and then 65 is so close that you guys would be against my face, but it does less fisheye lensing than anything else. So let's just go there, and then I can just close this. Yeah, that seems more familiar to me. All right, so yeah, here's the temp tower. This is the filament that I want to print. But yeah, anyway, to go back to bitching about flatulent gonad, he got his thing working, and it's awesome. He's got the real pedals on there, and he's able to use it with my summer car. Now, for me, I've got two projects going right now with the car stuff. So the two projects are the pedals, and then, yeah, that's pretty much, I don't know. He was able to source them from eBay for, like, super duper cheap. Because of, I guess, just the cars out there and the way people drive them or something like that. I don't know. But he was able to find all this stuff so cheaply. I would like to do two things. One is to finish those pedals, which I'm going to have to make like some 3D print thing to accept the brake pedal. And then in addition to that, and I think PETG is up to the challenge. I think it's strong enough that if I get enough support material in there, it should be able to hold, you know, my braking. Well, but that I haven't even gotten to that part yet. Oh, oop, there you go. Yeah, I haven't even gotten to that part yet. That's how slow it's gone for me. All right. This stuff isn't Polymaker, and it really looks like this is the ideal temperature. Although, if I want to be able to see through it, down here, because this feature, by the way, this band is on the back. It's not on the front. But it looks like 260 to 270. So maybe 275. That corner performance is really bad. It's really bad throughout. It really kind of sorts itself out at 260. And it's optically a little less clear there. I would love it to have this shine, but that corner is not good. It's just not good. Let's get a little closer. But yeah, so with the pedal setup, I would also like to couple it with an H shifter. And so I'm working on the DIY H shifters that you can find on Thingiverse. And I found one that's a 7-speed. It's pretty good, but the documentation is balls. All the documentation for these things are terrible. Utterly, completely embarrassingly terrible. All the documentation. So I ordered parts, and it turned out to be $90 worth of parts. I am ready to just throw a fit. I'm so tired. I'm so tired and annoyed I'll just 3D print the thing. Oh, that'll be $100. When I could go on eBay and buy the same thing for $120. I had to spend $20 more. I got the parts because I want the project of putting together the shifter. It'll be a fun thing that we can do, like right here, and I can just build it. And it turns out a lot of the stuff that I printed was wholly unnecessary, but eat the printer into the ocean. I'm considering it. God damn it. I'm gonna do like 10. You can see all my numbers are inflated. 4 units for 10 carbs. Are you kidding me? That'll probably kick me back down. It's a remix of it. It's a remix of the OpenSim, yeah. With slightly better hardware, but absolutely no information about it at all whatsoever. It's like you need to buy 8mm threaded rod, and I'm like, how long? And it's like, yeah, you buy the 8mm threaded rod. I'm like, how long? How long are the rods? How many rods? How long are the rods? What do I? Hello? And I'm like, all right, maybe one of the remixes tells me how long the rods need to be. No data. Hey, you need to buy 8mm rod. It's like, all right. Yeah, if I want the print to look really, really accurate, I need to use this, but risking it a little bit on the corners, risking a little bit of the bacon in order to get some of the clarity. I mean, somewhere between these two is probably where I want to be, but these are starting to look a little rough, and that's going to reflect on the rest of the print. These temp towers are very useful. And if I continued the temp tower, you would see it go all the way to the point of not sticking at all. But anyway, yeah, so I'm working on the shifter and I'm working on the pedals, and I'd like them both to be done at the same time. So those 2 projects are probably going to be coming up to the front while I figure out, sort of in the background, figure out a little bit of the burn the sub stuff. I want to do this little laser jacket that I've got, you know, we modeled in CAD and I planned it out and everything. So the little laser jacket, and then we can take all that stuff and start to kind of staple it together. I need to do a new backing for the screen and the controller and stuff too. Do we keep the VFD screen? I think we do. I think we power the VFD screen off of the Raspberry Pi, and we keep that, and then the front end of the clipper end of, like, the octo clipper end of the laser etcher will just be accessible on the intranet. Ready, get set. We're riding on the internet. All right, let's get this thing printing. If the printer's not working, then I have failed. Hold on, let me just prep my computer just to make sure that we got all this stuff running and functioning. So I'm gonna be voice only for. Oh, I got a little Red Bull up. Okay. Let's see here. So if I go this, and then I go to display settings, and then I gotta do this for streaming, is turn my monitor down from 144. Duplicate 1 and 4. I've had people suggest all kinds of like hardware for scaling and doing all kind, or like software for scaling and doing all kinds of stuff with it. But man, I don't know. It ain't broke. I ain't gonna fix it. All right, booting up Fusion, and then I'll bring you guys over to the game computer setup. I'm still here. That's not the right one. There it is. Waiting for Fusion to start up here. Might as well open up my dashboard too, so I can see you guys. This will only take a second. This will only take a second. Oh, no. Mute. Okay. And then go over to that thing. All right. Fusion is currently starting up on the computer, so I'm just like waiting for it. Come on, buddy. You can do it. There's one of the remix of the OpenSim shifters. The guy, you can see it in the remixes. He printed it in black filament, so that's the one that I'm doing. But it required me to buy like German springs, and I couldn't find them anywhere. My dream job is working on technology and engineering. You mean like not streaming it, right? Because it's not a great job. It doesn't pay. All right, where are we? We are looking at the 3D printer, and that would be, where did I put the, it's Burn the Subs 2.5, technically is the original name. So, what are we looking at? Oh my God, I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get banned. I can't, oh God. Oh my God. I can't show this on Twitch. This is not, oh, okay, all right. Please don't clip that. Just, please don't, I can't show that. Where's the laser jacket? where's that thing that we spent so much time building? Was it here? I think it was here. Working on game using Blender called Addy the Limb. Okay, cool, man. There he is. There it is. Look at that. Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing right there. Really brings a tear to your eye. So, how in the hell am I going to get the printer to even start to represent this thing? Because currently, I have all this stuff printed out. All the stuff in gray is printed out, and that's pretty much what's there. It's what's at the printer. So that is the print head, and that's what we're looking at when I look at da-da-bump, ba-da-bump, da-ba-da-bop-bop-bop. That's that. All that stuff is printed out. Everything but the light holder. I am offended. Your project lists are way too PC compared to mine. All right. All right. Yeah, so that's all that stuff is printed out in red under the previous printer. However, the thing we're missing is that jacket for the laser diode carrier thing. So that thing we need to print, and the problem is that it's got sort of it's got a manifold. It's got manifold space on it. Man, this looks so low quality. It's like a big monitor that's showing me this in like 4.5 by 4.5 pixels. So anyway, let's take a look here. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Why did I have that? What was that supposed to do? It was like a cap for it for some reason. I think I just extruded the top a little bit. So anyway, this thing right here. Yeah, this thing is like a, if I were to put a quarter on under this thing, it would be like, it's just about as wide as a quarter. So so yeah, this is the manifold body of the whole thing. And I guess just the basic principle is that once I get this thing and I put caulk, I get my caulk all over it, this will be sealed, and then water goes in one end, it goes around the metal body that holds the laser diode inside of it, and then it goes out the other. Now, one thing that I'm gonna have to do is, where's the laser? That can is 2 pieces, and so I'm going to have to put Teflon tape on the bottom there. You came in at just the right moment, yeah. So yeah, the once I get this thing together, if it prints out properly, that's the other thing. If it actually prints out properly, then we will have a water-cooled laser holder carrier thing. And actually, it doesn't, this doesn't need to be too incredibly clinically straight and perfectly aligned, because wherever that beam hits the board is where our dot is. I mean, we'll be calibrating it off of that dot. So this will be good. This will be good. Why is origin visible? That's really annoying. Okay, there we go. That's less visually confusing. So all right, what the hell do I do with this? Well, one thing that I need to do is get this part into Prusa. Prusa's kind of awesome. I like Prusa. The only thing that I regret about Prusa is that it doesn't have that topographical thing where you can do smooth top surfaces on your prints, because then the RC car prints would have been really awesome. I mean, I guess the way you can get around that is by doing like a, what do you call it? A chamber. An acetone chamber to try to like smooth out all the layers and stuff. But how hot am I expecting the water to get? Not. It's not going to get hot. The laser gets warm. It gets very warm, actually, and prolonged laser life can be achieved through proper cooling, which would mean barely even putting a heatsink on this thing. We're gonna water cool it for the memes. There's really literally no purpose other than just for fun. Men farfa. So anyway, my problem is with this manifold. This manifold's not gonna want to print. It's not going to want to play nice with prints. We're going to have internal support structure. And I guess I don't mind if it's rough inside there. I want it to be optically clear. So I want the layers, and I guess the layers would be horizontal, right? So that would probably make it a little bit more clear, considering what we saw on the temperature tower. Oh, God, let's not do this again. We've already been through all of this. We've been through all of this time and time and time again. You have to get super duper duper warm in order to start getting to the glass temperature of PETG. I think it's, I don't think it, I don't know. I'd have to do my own tests because we're going to use it in water cooling, which I don't think water cooling a graphics card, I don't know if that's going to get up to that temperature, but we would need to test that. So not really, I don't really believe what people on forums say until I test something like that. But anyway, yeah, so this I mean, this will stay room temperature, believe me. Unless it doesn't, and then it'll explode and it'll be funny. But anyway, let's get this thing printed. So in order to print from Fusion 360, and I don't often show this. This is why I'm doing this right now in the kind of this weird setup where you can probably, if you guys have very nice headphones on, you can probably tell that I'm talking into a flat surface that is close to my face because of the setup of the lapel mic. When we produced PETG, we had to get the machine up to 600 degrees Celsius just to be able to mix it with other components. Well, so, I mean, the 3D printer turns PETG into goop at 270 Celsius. And it's very sticky at 90. So saying that it starts to deform at 50 is believable. PETG glass temperature. I mean, if we go with just the carte blanche, ADC, 80 to 82. Multiple sources now, 80 degrees. Yeah, pretty much getting 80 degrees everywhere. So anyway, these are my settings. But I never show this part, where I export a part. I export beats, where I import stress, where I export beats. Something, something, triple X rated. That's like the best train simulator video that was ever made. Anyway, sorry, that's a weird reference, and I can't even back it up by pulling up the video because I don't remember what it's called. So anyway, I want this to print, and I want it to print clean. It's not going to look anything like the CAD model though, because it's the CAD model makes it look like I have expertly molded it out of medical plastic, which is not going to be the case. But anyway, let's try to make this thing, and I never show this because it's so trivial and easy, but all I do is save as mesh, and then I don't even touch any of these settings. You know, 3MF is a good format, high refinement, and I could have it send to a utility, but I don't even do that. I just click OK, and then it opens up this porn folder that I just throw whatever the title of the body is. That's why renaming the body is good, because then it'll throw a title on your thing. Now this isn't my normal desktop now anymore, so the temp prints folder I gotta find. We could just do, like, I'll do this in another window, and then I'll do desktop, and then I can do temp prints. I think that's good. Yeah, all right, so there's that. And then Prusa. So if you guys are curious about my printer settings in terms of like the upgrades from Clipper, all I did was up the speed a little bit. I mean, it's at 100 millimeters per second there. Small perimeters are small, blah, 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 blah. I haven't messed with bridging yet, so I don't know exactly what I need to be doing there, right? So yeah, these are the settings. You guys can take screenshots if you really want a jumping off point for your own prints. With PETG, I did have to massage, and this is not a difference from Clipper, but I did have to massage some of the settings in here so that I could separate the support material from the main print. And because previously I would have to like take a screwdriver and like really wrench on the thing in order to get the support material to separate at all. In this case, I have changed the distance a little bit, and it actually looks okay because of the way Prusa does their support material. And also, I do it at a 45-degree angle so that there aren't like holes for the filament to fall into. because the way Prusa does support material is interesting. So the next step, once you know everything's configured and ready to go, I don't know if you guys have any other settings that you want to see. Cooling, I don't have a fan. I don't have a fan. I don't have a fan. I don't do this. I have a couple like print start and stop macros. So when I tell it to wipe, it basically does what I just did. It just wipes itself. I've got, I guess on the print settings, I have custom G code. Or I didn't touch any of this stuff. That's just left. Where's my, oh no, you know what? Printer settings? Yeah. And start print and end print. End print is actually a really important setting. End print, I need to set it to raise the nozzle about 20 millimeters. Because 20 millimeters, like not, it was set to do like 5, right? But when it did 5 and it finished a print that was small, the PETG would ooze out of the nozzle and create a little foot. And that little foot would get stuck to the head of the printer, and then it would mash my bed down while trying to home itself the next time. So anyway, so body 13, this is the new file in here. That's going to open as an M3F or whatever, which for some reason they come in only at the corner, but drag that over to there. Now we designed this solid specifically to print from the ground up. That's why it's got a flat, the entire bottom of this thing is flat, right? One annoying thing about Prusa is the view that you get is only in orthographic view. So if you look at a part like this, well, this one won't really show it as much, but if you look at like a perspective, it gets a little weird. The dimensions look a little weird, like that's a little weird. That's not how 3 dimensions work. But if you view stuff straight up and down, that actually gives you a sense of where it's located on the printer. So you don't really need to have a perspective on this thing. It's just how it works. So all right, that's our solid, right? None of this stuff up here is going to print properly. Yeah, it's super weird. So let's slice it. Bada bing. So that's the support material that Prusa creates. It creates 2 different types of supports. It creates sort of a larger tower, and then it gives it a little squiggle over the tower in order to give a flat surface to print onto, which I don't know, it works okay. I could probably tweak the settings a little bit more, but that's going to be what I have to go in with a pair of pliers and remove from the inside here. And they're the gyroids. Instead of hexagons, I'm doing gyroids. I think I like the look of the hexagons. I don't know if I like the look of the gyroids. They don't look cool enough from outside of the print. Like when light shines through your print and you see hexagons, they're not really going to be visible in this. I guess I could look at different supports, but the gyroids work. That would be the infill. Got a lot of choices here, though. Hilbert, what do you have to do? Ah, God. Slice it again. What are you, Hilbert? Hilbert, what the fuck? What is this? Hilbert might be a bad setting. That might be a bad setting. Archimedean. I don't know what any of this stuff is. It's fun to play with, though. Archimedean. Hell no. It's just a spiral. No. Octagram spiral. What the fuck? That's a new one. Slice. Huh? It probably looks a little better on a larger print. M brand. All right, let's go to just the gyroids, because I think, you know, 3D honeycombs and stuff like that are cool, but we'll just gyroid it because I know it works. And the gyroids keep my printer from chattering around all over the place. The hexagons are a little bit too oh yeah, that's right. I should have upgraded my Prusa version. Oh well, whatever. Who cares? It ain't broke. I'll probably look at the new version. Maybe it'll let me slow down overhangs. So anyway, from Fusion 360 to this, right? Fusion 360 to an actual 3D print plan. So I can now just directly send this and start the print. And that's it. That's all I do. Go over to Octoprint, we can see that it's already started. God, these windows are so small on this monitor. It's already started the print. That's all I wanted to do there. Let's go to the other stuff. Why are you resident sleeping? I should ban that on this channel. You don't need a resident sleep. All right, how long is it gonna take? It doesn't say yet. Well, we can get an estimate here too. Oh, it's only a half hour. So in about a half hour, we'll see how this prints. There might be a problem where it's gonna be spending too little time between between layers. It's gonna spend too little time. So I might have to print like 3 or 4 of these in order to slow it down enough. So anyway, that's that. That's what I don't show on stream, and I wanted to make sure that now that I have the opportunity, really add blocked term. Oh my god. All right, so I guess Resident Sleeper is dead on this channel. That's fine though, because it is a toxic emote. It's only toxic, that emote. All right. Oh, did I didn't change the temperature settings. So it's gonna print like around here. Yeah, it's gonna print pretty hot. We'll just see what that looks like with this filament. This filament seems to like it just a teeny weeny little bit cooler. Okay, so that's that. That took a total of like half an hour. And I even slowed down just to make sure that we went over everything there. Yeah, let's work on this big ass board that's sitting behind me. And to do that, I guess I'm gonna have to turn the camera over in this direction here. Let's do that. This is the new Logitech Brio that I bought. The Kurokesu stuff is on the way. I didn't look at the shipping estimate, but I'm gonna have to buy some other stuff to make that work too, like a C-mount lens, like glass thing. I don't know. This is gonna be hard to stream. I have a bunch of hardware. Oh yeah, here's the stuff I've been printing for the gear shift. It's gonna be red. Not entirely red though. I'm gonna actually get I am going to get the black filament and do this in red and black. I thought about using translucent, but I don't think it's really gonna. I don't think translucent is a good call for that. All right, so there's a printer. It's starting to do its stuff. You guys can kind of see it in the corner there. As I move stuff around, you'll be able to see it more. Here, let me give you guys a nice clear view of the printer. I'll move some of this big stuff out of the way. Like my Twitch Tacto. What are we gonna do with this thing? The Twitch Tacto that they sent me, this big acrylic laser etched abomination. I think maybe I'd like to automate it somehow. So we could have a Twitch Tacto tournament. It's too much, too many T's in one sentence. Move this button stuff over. Ah! Dear God. It's just layers and layers of garbage in this shop. 2 battery backups. I need one of those in my car. I haven't moved it yet. I brought them in here because it got super cold out. All right. The foot pedals I can move for now. Just put those over on my computer chair. I know, that's what I want to do, is integrate it with Twitch chat. No, I don't want to give it away. There's a thought, but I don't think it's quality enough to even give away. So that's the video cable, and it's all tangled up, and there it goes. Okay. Get my mic cable out of the way here. So you guys can almost see the 3D printer back there doing its job. Yeah. All right. Make merch. I want cheap stickers. Yeah. I do have to do that. I do have to do that. I'll have to find where I want to. My mic cable somehow got caught on the hammer over there. I do want to do merch. I don't want to leave it up to chat to determine what merch I have, because that would be too cursed. You know, nobody needs an Oh Bother thong. I'm just going to put my foot down on that one. So these are leftover Burn the Subs 3 parts. These are the frames that I was going to set up the test with. What I'd like to do is turn this into a backdrop for my desk. I can't like show you guys this whole thing because it's so large. This isn't going to take very long. I mean, I just want to basically, here, I got to flip this over. I put feet on this thing that are going to hold the front up. So I want all the weight to be on the front end. And I was actually thinking of putting my studio monitors on this thing. I don't know how I'd attach them at the moment, but I'd figure it out. Yeah, the legs aren't great, but they're enough to hopefully hold things up. What the hell are you talking about in your Discord? What are you talking about? What do you mean? They get hacked? Trying to look. What do you mean, what am I talking about? Nope, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, what do you? Yeah, no. The common funny haha thing with merch is that some of the companies will print your stuff on like thongs and stuff. That's a joke. Oh no, it's just coming out of nowhere. I mean, people have wanted me to have merch for a long time. What am I getting? I'm getting my picture hanger cables. Hold on. Those are across the desk. They're at the desk of forbidden knowledge. I bought a little kit on Amazon that has a bunch of the stuff. Where is the camera? God, it's like a mile away. These things, these little picture hangers. Maybe I'll put this back in the other orientation that I was in so that I can actually reach all the stuff and I'll actually be on camera while working on this. But it's just like cables and little hooks and stuff like that. An enamel pin, huh? Well, here's the deal. So before I do merch, I need to vectorize all of my logos. They need to be vectors, because then they'll scale infinitely. And so I've got vectors. How did I get this in this situation in the first place? Hold on. I'm trying to turn this thing over in the other direction. Oh God, now you guys are getting displaced. Hold on. I got it. Dear fuck. Jesus tits, fucking, okay, all right, no, that's the ceiling. No, okay, careful. Don't knock over the, fuck. All right, get the, I wouldn't use Adobe Illustrator, I'd use Inkscape, because I'm used to Inkscape. No, not my summer car projects. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, we're gonna work on this stuff. These little things that I've meant to get done, like getting the napkin off of the floor. Whoa, was that like lag? What was that? I guess we're okay. Weird. There we go. Now I got the 3D printer in the background, my life-giving fan, and yeah. By the way, you guys can't see it from this angle, and it's covered by chat and stuff, but the front panel of that thing looks real good. I turned it to like a purple color. One of the problems is there's a bug with the NeoPixels. There's a bug with the NeoPixels, and if you choose certain colors, they'll flicker. And so there's a table, there's like an actual table of values that you can use. But for some reason in the Clipper software, you have to use from 0 to 1 to represent 0 to 255. That's typically in these things. And NeoPixels, the ones that I got from Adafruit a billion years ago, they have a limit. So they have that limitation where if you choose certain colors, they'll start to flicker. So I haven't chosen the right colors, and I haven't done any of the scripting or anything like that. You know, the goal was to get the printer working, and now it does. So we're using it. But I think what I want to do in the future is go to a TFT screen and angle the front so that there's more space, there's more screen, and you can use the screen, and it doesn't have to be touch screen and everything. So I may do that. The colors won't match up quite as well and everything, but the screen is like a nice deep shade of purple right now, but the knob is like a light blue. It's a cool blue. It's actually a really interesting blue color. But just like the M Audio speakers that I have, it's like the knob is like shaded, and then there's this nice even ring around it. It looks really good. It looks really good. All right, so here's the deal. I want to put little hooks on the back of these two boards, and I want to hang them up, basically one here and then one right below it, and then this whole thing will sneak behind my computers. At the same time, I want to consider, maybe for the future, putting my Yamaha studio monitors up on these two poles, although I would have to stabilize this a little bit better in terms of the feet, because I put a little hook on the front and the back. You can see I've got a little front and a back, but they're not exactly, I mean, like, they're not the best. They're not the best. They're not the best and the brightest. So, all right. Let's get some of this stuff over here. Another thing that I'm thinking about with the pedals is that I want to put all this stuff, all the control stuff right here, this thing, I want to put that on the pedals themselves, like on the thing that mounts to the chair, because it's heavy, and it'll get the controller off of the desk. All right, let's get hooks on the back of this thing. Yeah, it's all I had. It's just scrap. It's just scrap. It's all just scrap. Scrap, crap, same thing. What's up, Malo? All right, so this is all just the stuff that came with the Amazon kit, but lucky for us, I've got moderately even mounting holes on these boards already, because that's how I attach them to burn the subs, right? So I think I can just, hopefully I drilled these deep enough that I can get these little wood screws through without splitting burn the subs. If I split burn the subs, I'm just gonna end the stream in rage, all right? Promise. Because these don't go all the way through the wood, and I have drilled holes initially, which should be deep enough. But if they bottom out, then I'll just leave them, because they shouldn't be totally tight. Yeah, that'll hold it pretty well. I'll make a nice little backdrop for, you know, the streaming computer. Yeah, this is only temporary, unless it works, and then it's permanent. You can see all the scars on the wood that I put from using I tried to use an electric planer on this originally to flatten the board. But boy, oh boy, that was cursed. It looks like there's like water damage to this. It's just it might have been a result of, might have actually gotten some water on it. Nah, I don't think so. Weird. Well, it'll be hanging up now, so it'll be a little safer. I never really had a plan for what to do with the boards in the end. So, I mean, just putting them up on temporary display is kind of appropriate. They'll be visible while I stream, I guess. Not totally, though. It's not like you guys will be able to see your names on the board. There have been a couple projects through the years of people trying to make like a burn the subs lookup program, but people come and go. And so I'll have somebody who's wholly and fully dedicated to always supporting the website that they're putting together, and then they disappear. Programmers are very fickle like that. Oop. I'll have to see how stable this thing is when I put it together. It's probably going to flop over. Oh yeah, technical difficulties we can get rid of. I'm no longer having technical difficulties. I've got the two old BTS boards here, and I'm going to hang them off of this thing. All right, so that's all the hooks installed on the boards themselves, right? So I'll be able to run the wire. I'll do 4 wires per board, 2 on top, 2 at the bottom. Now, this is narrow enough. Oh, everything in here is a lot smaller than people give it credit for, yeah. Both old boards are going to fit in here like this and have 4 hangers, but 2 of them on the bottom one can go to the outer reaches. They can go to the outer rungs of this thing, and it'll still hold it stable. God, this is going to be a lot of lifting today, huh? So back over here. Yeah, somebody programmed, there's a link for it down in the doobly-doo, like down here. There's a link for it if you want to take a look at it. I don't know what date that that thing is on. But I would like to host something on GitHub that'll allow people to look up their names on the board. Because, you know, it's a nice thing to give back to the people. But yeah, here are the two boards. They're not as big as you think they are. Yeah. The generator, the thing that you can use to generate a PNG of the board, is up on GitHub. I don't know if I hosted the image or not. I don't remember. But the database, I believe. No, did I? Yeah, no. I think I made like an archive of it, like a zip file, so that I'd be able to fit it up there. The latest one, anyway. Hold on, I'm getting my mic cable out from under the stool. Okay, all right, so. Yeah, it doesn't run very well, and I have a feeling there are much better ways to do it. What? You think I just got like hot dogs that are cooking here constantly? Because that's a good idea, but while one of the best chat ideas I've ever heard, that is not what I'm doing. Just like, welcome to my shop. Here's my hot dog rotisserie. Oh yeah, Cannibal's a rare one. He's not been around for the board. He actually finds this channel interesting for some reason, without having a giant board of explicit names. The whole point was that when I originally came up with the idea, I was thinking about stuff to do with my laser, right? So I had an EDM, an electric discharge machining project that I was going to do for putting numbers on D&D dice. I wanted to machine D&D dice that were so clinical and aluminum that they would actually be very sharp, like almost hurt to the touch. And so I was able to machine a D20. See, here's a D20. Here's a D20, and you can see all the geometries of it are there. And these molds are very sharp. Whatever I bought with the smoked mold, very nice, very, very sharply created. And I was able to make, where did I put it? Let's see, one of the better ones that I created, sitting up here on the shelf. I think this is just about as close as I got. I was able to make this, which is a really nice 20-sided dice, right? Really nice 20-sided dice. Looks great. Looks really good. Really well done. Before it flew out of the machine with a bunch of big marks all over it. I don't know where the other ones went. They were up on that shelf, but they've kind of run away since then. So yeah, I was going to make dice, and then I was going to figure out how to do EDM machining in order to punch numbers into them. I didn't get around to that, and so I was sitting here, you know, with Stream back in the days before Burn the Subs, thinking about what I was going to do with the all the hardware. This is hardware from a friend's vinyl cutter that he gave to me, and it turns out it was full of cat hair, which is not the last time I would experience electronics that have been completely inundated with cat dirt. But I had all these, I had these stepper motors. I didn't have a controller. I had the controller for the laser. If you look at the backsplash for this, you can see the controller for the laser on the desk. The GRBL controller, and it's so old that you can't find a schematic for it. You can't find any data, and we've modified it so much over the years. But yeah, it's a completely like unknown controller that we were using on Burn the Subs, and we modified it extensively. It was I originally bought it for EDM or some other kind of automation. And so I'm sitting around with all these parts, high-powered laser, pointer. I had the stepper motors and all that other stuff. And I was just like, I don't know, we were chewing the fat with some ideas. And I said, well, okay, so you have this, at the time, the big story was this banana on Twitch. This guy who made a banana that just rocks back and forth and then speaks whatever chat had typed. You can tell where that's going to go, because they got a raid from, like, Mizkif or somebody like that. Somebody with one of these very unbridled chats, right? Not very well policed. I'm not specifically calling out this specific streamer. I'm gonna keep it vague, but like, you're responsible for your chat, you know? The chat does reflect the streamer in a way, and if you're completely hands off with chat, it's not good. It cannot be good. So what happened is the banana became racist, and the guy had an unattended stream, so that's two things. It was Rabaz. No, it was not Rabaz. No. This is the banana incident. So the banana said some stuff that it shouldn't have said because chat made it. And this guy had his stream unattended with this talking banana. And he got rated by like a 6,000 to 8,000 person streamer. Which, boy, oh boy, wouldn't that be nice if that ever happened here? Anyway, so what did I roll? I rolled an 8. We're safe. So anyway, the banana was racist. Stream got taken down for like 5 minutes because Twitch doesn't punish anybody ever. I'll get Germa to rate you, as if. I'll get Germa on the phone. But yeah, so yeah, it was rated, and then like in a couple hours it was banned because everybody was clipping the banana saying racist stuff. And so the guy actually in getting exiled did exactly what an engineer would do. And he wrote an extensive phonetic screener for like vocals and stuff. He did a really good job on it, actually. I haven't been able to look at the code, and I haven't had to, but he wrote like a really good censor program that uses phonetic cues in order to keep stuff from being said by the banana. Pretty cool stuff. I don't think his code is open. It might be on GitHub, though. Anyway, so yeah, all of that stuff was floating around in the air, and I was like, what am I going to do with all these parts? And I'm like, well, streamers at the time, maybe they're still doing this. I don't really keep up with that kind of stuff. They were writing people's names on a whiteboard in order to shake their asses in front of the camera, right? They'd be like, oh my God, a sub, and then they would turn around and bend over and then write the name on the board, right? Great. The meta on Twitch is ridiculous. Anyway, so they were doing that, and I was just joking around, and I'm like, well, I could like write people's names on something. I could write screen names on. We could like burn them with a laser. And I'm like, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. I have all the parts for this. Let's do a test. And so I started to put together a test for the initial burn the subs. It's where a lot of the footage comes from that first burn the subs video. Why can't you do stuff like this? I'm shaking my engineering ass in front of you guys, and you love it. So that's where the idea for this concept came from. It was literally just an aside of me going, well, what if I burnt the names of subscribers with like a laser? Like, wait a minute, I could do that. And so we put all that hardware together, and that was the first version of Burn the Subs. And that's where a lot of this stuff is coming from. We're just now moving off of almost all of that hardware. So basically, I think it's only the rails that I had to buy for the project are what's left. The rest is Maker Beam. I guess the Maker Beams are original too, and the mounts to the wall and stuff. But yeah, so over the years, people have come and gone and have wanted to do projects where you look up where the name is on the board. And I've wanted to do a project where, you know, we can use galvo motors to highlight where a name is on the board. But like all that stuff takes a lot of work around here, especially streaming those projects. We haven't been able to get around to it. I don't remember where the tangent started, so I can't close it off properly. But yeah, that's what we had around here. So this stream for the past 3 years has had a board where if people sub either with just regular subs or with a prime, their name will end up on the board. And so our initial board is this one. And it contains a little block in the middle for all the people who were subbed to this channel before the board went up. And then we have the mess all around it. And that is a bubble font, only a bubble font in Avenir. In addition to that, I then revamped a little bit of the hardware and I tightened things up. And I made a Hershey style font, a single line font, where we could fit more names. And this lasted 2.6 years, and it's got an even number of multiple thousands of names on the board. Did they not give me the source code? I don't know. I think it might be on GitHub. I'd have to get in contact with them again. Anyway, Entropic Heaven, thank you for subbing for 5 months with Prime. I really appreciate it. You guys who've stuck around and continued to sub during the interim board times are very special to me. Because, you know, clearly the amount of subs on the channel tanked, right? Completely tanked. I don't have my gimmick anymore. I've had that thing running for so long, I actually had to adjust to not having it. And it's the reason why we're able to do the Saturday game stream. In the future, when we get the board running again, I am, of course, going to put all the names of the people who subbed on the board. We're not going to do a special block or anything. I'm just going to randomly insert them into the database so that there's no fighting for who goes up first. Then, when the board's running, when we do a Saturday stream, the names will just go in the database. And then on Tuesday, we'll do a big burn at the beginning. Because one of the reasons projects went so slow for so long was because I had to get up and actually show people where their names were going, which is good because that would keep me moving around. I'll get on the board first. There's a chance. All right, so what we need to do is set up something that's going to go into the 2020 slot that's going to hold up these big-ass boards right here, right? So we need to hold up them big-ass boards. So I need my metric hardware, and I think using a cap head socket would probably be the best thing to do. Where are those? Oh, they're over here. Oh, God, they're underneath everything. They're underneath all the stuff. Oh, here's the controller. Yeah, here's the... Oh, no, that's the 3D printer controller. Never mind. That's my MKS Gen. I don't have anything for this anymore. That's useless. Let's go back over here. Hold on, I gotta move this as the stuff that I was knocking around earlier. All right, here's this. M3 metric screws, nuts, hex wrench kit. And then we have a sample piece of 2020 rail right here that we'll just use to make sure that we can attach this stuff, and then we'll go back over to the other things and do all the attachments. You know how it goes. So the thing about the 2020 rails is that they don't have a lot of space vertically. So I need to find a fastener that's going to hold on to these little metal plates. I need enough of them too. I don't think I really need 2 fasteners on this, do I? I mean, the force isn't going to be vertical unless I put them on the sides. I guess with the one it is, but it doesn't need to stay vertical. Oh, these caps are too small. That's the other thing. The caps are flying through the top here. Well, I could move from M3, but I do kind of want to use the smaller size. I'm just going to use these. I'm just going to use these M3s because I've got a lot of them. 5, 6, 7, that's the wrong size. 6, oh, that's 7. 3, 6, 7, 8. Need more than 8? Do I need 2 of them on these things? I don't really think I need 2. You would be if it was an order of sub. Yeah, but the problem is that's like kind of random, right? Kind of random. It's sort of like whenever that one name went in, everybody after that then gets added to the board. And I don't think that's fair to like people who would want to compete to get their name on the board, right? Can't because their sub isn't up. And that, you know, to a degree, that's kind of like a tough cookies situation. It's like, who cares? But at the same time, you know, like Gunner and Dewey fought for the first name on the previous board. I forget who got the first name on the original board, but like even just the fact that I'm remembering those names is you know, it wasn't a fair competition. It wasn't a fair competition for everybody. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's the wrong size. There's a bunch of different sizes in this kit. The same kit that Dewey has. I hate these things. These things are so annoying. I mean, it's nice not to have to fully disassemble your rail in order to get the part on, but at the same time, you have to like do this maneuver in order to get these to turn 90 degrees and then lock into the frame rail. All right. And get these all set up and we'll get them up on the thing. And then I need to start, I don't know how I'm going to do the cables for these. And which one goes up top? I guess the less densely populated original one goes up top. But if the other one has Twitch TV Oh Bother and my logo on it and everything. Yeah, there's duplicate names on the board. So the system, right, I meant to explain. So there's multiple names and, that's right, that's where this tangent came from. When you subscribe to the channel, your name goes up on the board. When you gift a sub to the channel, the giftee's name goes up on the board. When you resubscribe to the channel, your name goes up on the board again. And some people didn't want that. And the solution is just for you to not announce your subscription, because there's no other way to get around it. Announcing the subscription is where the API comes in, right? You don't really have a choice. We're not GDPR or CD Projekt Red or whatever the hell that law is. We don't do that here. You have no right to be forgotten, unfortunately, because I have had to scrub names from the board in the past, but it's an arduous process. Anyway, so multiple people get their names up multiple times on the board, and people will find accounts, like the most horrible accounts, beard hair in my mouth, to gift subscriptions to. And there was a particularly long in the wallet streamer that liked to pop in here and find certain names, and we had a pet theory about that, because some of the names on the board are something underscore something underscore sex joke. You know, that's kind of like the format that they follow. And those are all gifted by this one streamer with a deep credit card. So I don't know, it kind of feels like they were making accounts. Because like you wouldn't see accounts like this until they decided to play with the board again. Yeah, that one was really close to C-Bob, which I find hilarious. Yeah, the name your burger McDonald's stuff. So people get like shocked and appalled by some of the names that are on the board, but I fully expected this to happen. Yeah, that's what they would do. They would search Twitch. I know. Listen, guys, guys, this is what I'm talking. Okay. I'm not singling anybody out here in conceptually, but the thing is, like, I know, I know everything. Don't think that it wasn't. You put up a stink and you act, oh, this name, I can't believe they've subscribed this name. But like Twitch account names were like a wild west of ridiculousness that we were tapping into. Part of it was that, in order to avoid a racist banana situation, the names should technically be vetted out by Twitch. There's a limited character set. There's a limited number of names that you can actually put in. Now, I think, did they expand the character set lately? Was there something, did they expand it in some way that I need to cater for? Because we haven't run into any names that can't be displayed. Names that are in other languages have to have a default character set. It hasn't. Good. Like foreign language names have to have an account name that's in English character set. It doesn't have to be English, but it has to be an English character set. So that's how we're able to have a limited font file, while I'm still not, to this day, creating fonts for, Cyrillic and stuff like that. But, yeah. Anyway, that's how we're censoring it. That's how we're keeping it from being a banana. Banana. But it worked for a long time, and the whole purpose of it was that people find ridiculous names and they sub them. It was pretty fun. And the thing is, like, yeah, the interesting thing is people who think that they're gaming the system. This is maybe the only time that I'll say this. People who think that they're gaming the system in order to have ridiculous names go up on the board and think they're like sticking it to the streamer, they're paying me $5, I get the money. So it's like we've had people come in and be like, what if 100 subs is gifted? And I go, oh no, that'll probably break the board. I don't know what will happen. And they gift 100 subs, and then we get 100 subs, and I get all the money. Someone got banned for naming his account Space. Oh, God. But he contested, and it won, because really, how would you know if the player wasn't Jewish and didn't... Well, I mean, that's also a... History of the World? What is that? What was that again? That's a joke from that movie. Like... Not that having a joke in a movie makes it necessarily acceptable, but... History of the World Part 1. Yeah, there we go. That's the one. It doesn't necessarily make it acceptable, you know, automatically just being in a movie, but, you know, referential. Whatever. Well, you can do what they want with their usernames. I've had enough experience with that kind of stuff running this board. So we got to get all these to do that 90-degree turn. I guess this has to be like approximately at the right spot. And then if I get it to do it, then theoretically, it'll just fall out. Oh no, there we go. It actually did grip. Now, can I get a good grip on this without a washer? That's the important part. Because like an M3 is a little small. It seems like it's going through. Hold on. It's not really tightening. Ruh-roh. Oh yeah, that needs a washer. Okay, that definitely needs a washer. All right, we gotta find washers. I think I have a set. I wish these things were blackened. Damn it. Because then all my hardware would look nice, but oh well. All right, let me find washers. I think they're across the room here. How's this thing printing? It looks like what I designed. That's always an advantage. That's always a good sign. A sign that the thing you told it to print is actually printing. Where all those washers go? I had a set of fancy schmancy, good-looking washers. I don't know what happened to it. Buy a new one of those kits. Those are snap rings. That's the evil bin. That's a bin full of hurt. That's a bin full of hurt. I could use larger bolts and knot washers, but I'll use the small ones because I don't use them on a lot of stuff, so I kind of want to use them here. Just get rid of them. I don't see them over there either. I bought a whole kit of washers and I lost it. All right, we're just gonna search for them in the bin. I have a lifetime experience with small parts. Yeah, they're evil. They certainly are evil. But you need them. I just spent $90 on parts for that fucking shifter. And I really should have gone to Bolt Depot because they probably would have had all of the hardware that I needed. I only realized that Bolt Depots exists after ordering $90 in small parts. What a situation that is. And if I wanted to be rid of all of my money, if I wanted to pay $120 and get the stuff today, I could have done a McMaster car order, but that also fleeces the hell out of you. McMaster is expensive, but they have what you need, you know? If you're on a government budget, McMaster is your buddy. All right, I think, do these work with M3? I gotta redo all this. Yeah, McMoney 50 ball bearings, just for fun? Or to try to get away from your boss? Caltrops, go! All right, gotta find 8 of those washers, of those washers. Oh, Christ. All right, I don't know if I have them in here. Turns out the little tiny ones that I have are too tiny. You only needed 6. Yeah. The cool thing in the one 3D print that I did for the tourbillon mechanism, which we need to get back to. I need to get that working. I have a feeling I can get it working now that I'm a little smarter. But for the tourbillon mechanism, it had ball bearings that went up against a 3D printed substrate, which was good with PETG because it's smooth. And if you print it, it was printing the troughs of the circles like in a continuous pattern. I mean, there was a lift area, but it was mostly smooth. So if you had 2 sets of ball bearings doing a thing, it worked out actually. I was shocked. Well, that was really cool. You guys are like, yeah, of course it did. Nothing surprises me. I'm on the internet. Father. You haven't even heard of that before? I was doing that when I was 6. All right, that's not... There's no hardware in there for us. Wait, you don't remember where the bearings are supposed to... What did you do? Why did you order them? What's wrong with you? I'm gonna have a bunch of extra bearing stuff too when the shifter project is done. Money laundering. It's not money laundering if you don't remember why you did it. Not really gonna be able to find washers. I don't know. That's not even the right size. Needs to be slightly larger. That one's too big. No, I can keep it. I could use the big plastic washers. I do know that I have a whole bin of... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You knew this morning? Oh, that's... Oh, jeez. Nope, not in the computer bin. I bought a kit of computer screws, but I guess that didn't have washers with it. Washers. Hold on. I do have a bin of 3D print project parts. So that's actually where most of the what do you call it? Most of the bearings and stuff from the tourbillon mechanism and whatnot went, including the ladybug for some reason, or the snail for some reason. But yeah, all these ball bearings and stuff ended up in here. I do got to get back to the RC car project. All right, do we have anything that has washers in it? God damn it! I don't know. At this point, considering time is money, it might have been a good idea for me to just go with larger hardware instead of washers. Just go with larger hardware and just deal with the consequences. All right, I'll find washers. Bop. Stand up. Boop. Actually, wait. Use plastic. Where'd my plastic hardware go? What did you do with it? This is your fault. You did this. This is on you, chat. You did this to me. I will never forgive you. There it is. Wait, does this one have... Oh, jackpot. This one has a bunch of washers in it. Washers don't have anything to do with washing, do they? I don't know why that term is what we use. What is the etymology of washer? Look at this. Jackpot. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sweet. What did I dump in here that had that many of these things? I think I took apart something and it had a bunch of these washers in it. That was lucky. They were actually, if a washer wasn't made in the Wash Valley of France, it's just a sparkling fastener. Yeah, it's going to crush that a little bit, but I think that'll be okay. Unknown, the first recorded of the word. 1346. First time its definition was recorded was 1611. These are mind-boggling numbers. What the hell? That is okay. Huh. But what, yeah, so what are there any theories, or it's just nah, we don't know? From whatever you're reading. I don't need to get out new stuff. I just need to put this stuff together. Wash from German Wasser, for water. Wash originally meant thin coat of covering. Like whitewash, yeah. Okay, so that's where whitewashing something comes from, like whitewashing the fence. There's cleansing with soap and water. Washer, this is a thin layer of metal covering. Oh, neat. Call them brica. Flat object you can put stuff on. And you could also call it a shim, but for us, washer is a very specific item. It's a circular pad that you would put a screw through, or some kind of a fastener through. So that's interesting. So Wasser, as in water, as in wash, as in coating, and this would be considered a thin coating, I guess, under your fastener, loosely. Vasa! God, this small hardware stuff is going to turn my hands into permanent claws. Permanent claws, I tells you. Now, in order to fasten the, God, I'm saying fasten a lot, and it's starting to lose its meaning. I'm reaching semantic satiation. In order to fasten this stuff together, I got the little pieces of cable. I can just wrap the cable around itself, and it should be able to hold the amount of weight. Theoretically, theoretically, which board goes on top? I kind of want to put the latest one on top. More bots. A lot of countries, including mine with different language origins, use the same term for it as a flat disk. Why are you trying to get me to say these words? Yeah, curse word. Oh, God, my hands are killing me now. Jesus. Hold on, I need a muscle break for my freaking hands. Ah! Oh, they're from the, Wait, did you just ban Markiplier from my channel? Markiplier, no! It's a similar, it's a, like, slight misspelling, because it's probably a bot. Markiplier! He's like, all right, let's raid this guy. Oh, never mind. He's banned me. We will not raid him with multi-thousands of viewers. Actually, does he? What is he? This is YouTube, isn't he? Whatever, I don't care. Dexterity break, yeah. The muscles in my thumbs were starting to really hate me, so. Gotta be kind to them muscles. Ah! Damn it. I mean, if I used the hex key, it would probably be a little easier, huh? Maybe not. I don't know. If I had to do this in any other setting, I'd probably have to make a jig to do this. Like if I had to do this all day. Oh, man. $15 to $30K, and he streams on Twitch. Damn, dude. It's mind-boggling, some of the numbers that people are able to get. I am shocked and awed and humbled by the 77 people that are watching me right now. I'm going to lose 35 people just for saying that. But I'm shocked and awed and humbled. It's kind of crazy. I try to keep these projects entertaining. I try to give you guys a good thing to put on in the background. And I try to make content that I would watch. So I hope I fulfill that for you guys. Those are my goals, right? And to make a shit stack of money. Yeah, 35 people just realized that. Whoa, what is this? This isn't some random streamer that raided into a raid into a raid into a raid. A buddy of mine leaves me on his work computer, and he'll come back after the weekend to just some random bullshit, because I will end up raiding, like, you know, one of my friends, who will then raid some random person that they like, and then you know, whisper down the lane, essentially. Doing chainmail for me historical research. What? Doing a chainmail for my historical research. There we go. Sometimes I have to like live edit comments. For my historical reenactment, that was a week of bending little metal bits into chains. Oh God, I can't imagine. There is a place that makes chainmail. That Irish historical site came up recently that has a chainmail skirt around the entire building, which is like, as an engineer, I'm like, why not a wire mesh? Well, they decided chainmail, but apparently 3D print. No, but apparently somebody made a setup that creates chainmail. And you know, there's limited sizes, but you can stitch it together. So you can actually buy sheets of chainmail that are automatically produced. And you can tell that it is because every single weld, because they actually weld the end of the links together, every single weld is like perfect. So you can really tell that it, you know, an automated system created that. It's pretty crazy stuff, though. Apparently, you know, the purpose of the chainmail is to allow bugs and breeze and whatnot to reach the house, but to block water particles and allow them to functionally, you know, trickle down. And I guess it doesn't hurt that it's, you know, a historical site and it's covered in fucking chainmail, which is pretty badass. I mean, you're not going to be able to stab the house. I tried. All right, so these things, get these up here. Now that they've got a washer on them, they should definitively attach. Yeah, that's so much better. You can just tell where it bites. Yeah, perfect. Well, yeah, you can fence through it. Fence through the fence? Listen, as somebody who owns a chainmail beer koozie, I should know. Nobody's going to be stabbing my drink. I don't know. I don't actually know. Chainmail is good for armor, since no matter what badass armor you had, a stab wound would go through almost all the time. But for slashing, chainmail is great. Huh. I don't know, man. I don't know historical stuff. I thought it was useless against a fencing sword, though. It's funny, is all the weight's going to be kind of concentrated on the same spots. That's actually going to be sideways. I guess it'll hold the board in place, though. Yeah, man, if you feel like posting it. Right. Yeah, so chainmail was for areas that you would expose, that would flex. It's movable. In situations where you can't afford scale mail. I ain't no ancient military strategist. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing, officer. You can't pin nothing on me. I ain't one of them eggheads, knows history and shit. I don't know where I was that night. Right. The good thing about working with 2020 is that this stuff, you can like whip this stuff up in a second. You have a chainmail tie. I think I saw those. I don't know if you showed it to me or if I just saw those somewhere, but the beer koozie I found on Reddit was hilarious. I had to have it. And so the guy had like an Etsy shop or something, and I sent him like a PM on Reddit. It was cool. It was like $30 for a chainmail. It's an aluminum chainmail koozie, so it's actually transmits heat better. So it's like a big heat sink for your beer. Coif? I don't think you're allowed to say coif on Twitch. I think that's a banned word. Coif. Blacksmiths were the nerds of the time. They kind of were. They were in technology. Oh, it's a scale mail. Holy shit. Nobody's gonna stab Octo J when he gets fancy. Yeah, aluminum for wearables so your back doesn't explode. Oh, my back detonated. Gotta get a bacchiotomy. I'm debating if I want to hang both of them the same way, where they use the edges here. Because I don't want to waste all the bars, but I do need the strength of two of them. I also want to hang speakers off of this, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that. They might be too heavy. This is not necessarily strong. I'll have to move these. A lot of squatting today. Squats and oats. This rail, this 3-wide rail that I'm using for the posts here, this is special stuff because it actually has this V slot on it instead of the usual 2020 rounded edge. That V slot allows the rollers to sort of drop in properly. Go around mocking other people by the quality of their weapons and armor, so different than nerd nerds. All right, yeah, uh-huh. Big nerds, a lot of them. Hey, you big nerd. Look at that pauldron. This guy looks like a fucking nerd. Would your mom dress you? All right, so I got a bunch of this cable. I have absolutely no idea how to cut it. Librarians are the programmers. Librarians are the wizards of the time. So I think this will be strong enough. It looks a little thin, but I don't know. If I can get my cable on here and cut 8 pieces of this stuff. Maybe get this stuff to like, hold on. Here, come over here with me. Why do you have a fan in the background? Because I need air movement. Why don't you have a fan in the background? What are you talking about? Demi, I have a floor fan because the air is still in here. Not the floor fan. Oh, that little, so that's a propeller valve. Okay, so that's more interesting than what I initially thought. The the propeller back there, it's actually a drone propeller, and it's sitting on a propeller balancer, but I actually just put like a little, like I made it into a little magnet thing. And so I've got it magneted up against the wall as decoration by the window, so when air flows in here, it'll just start spinning. That's it. I get a lot of questions about that actually when it's on camera. All right, so that cuts pretty easily with just the flush cutters. Got a ton of fans because VA is muggy as fuck in the summer. Yeah, welcome to Philly. Gets that way too. We're not quite as bad as the swamp ass capital of the world, but I'm like a cat. I see movement against. Then he's batting in his monitor. Pushes a coffee cup off the table. Yeah, PA is not quite Virginia. Northern Virginia is a swamp asshole during the summer, but down here, sorry, up here, I mean, it gets comparable. But I also need air movement at all times. I don't know how long these are going to be. I don't know how long these are going to be. Not going to be very long. I mean, they will kind of, but I need to get them like in roughly the same spot. Maybe we'll just take 2 long pieces and I'll put those on there initially, and we'll see what we run into. There's going to be a lot of me saying curse words and not enjoying myself trying to get this stuff situated. Yeah, background noise is good and all, but I could do without it. I'm not quite one of the background. I do run a fan at night, but that's mostly so that it stays cool, because my roommates like to overheat the house. 7 a.m., all the heat turns on, and then I stop being able to breathe while sleeping. Thank you for the follow. We're on introverted follow mode, which means we're not announcing anything about it. Some days I'm popular enough to need the introverted follow mode so that I can keep up with what's going on. Days like this, I don't necessarily need it. So it's technically there for you guys so that you don't, I'm not going to sit here and fangirl every single person that follows, because the regular viewers kind of roll their eyes at that, and then, having it take up all my time and stuff. So, and I'm over justifying it because I always talk about it. I probably don't need to talk about it anymore, but I figured I'd lay that out at least once a stream. All right. Yeah, I have some decent tinnitus. Be like Rob Oz and just don't notice anyone. Yeah, that's true. That tracks. Hey guys, check out my Elden Ring stream. Wait, there's too much color in that. There we go. Look, it's Elden Ring. It's monotone. Monotone and washed out. You're gonna make me Google that game? What? Elden Ring? That's you should know what that is. Or are you talking about something else that I don't remember even referencing? Oh, you haven't seen anything? Jeez, yeah, it's the latest and greatest on Twitch, because it's another Souls game, Octoj. Just another Souls game, but it's got open world elements to it, so everybody's playing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to circle the I'm just gonna double the wire over and circle it a bunch, and that'll be it for fastening it in. I think that's all it needs, really. Because that'll, yeah, because of the way the wire deforms, it's gonna hold it up. I only got to play on a weekend. Rest in peace, work. I assume it's really fun to play. And you know, we've all already said all our piece on those, on the game. Some people like vehemently hate it. Some people don't mind it. Some people love it and will defend it. And all that's fine. I just don't have the capacity to care anymore. But, and we've discussed it on the Discord too, that my entire sidebar is pretty much inundated with Elden Ring. Boring to watch? Yeah. I like easy games. That's actually the best take that I've heard so far. I don't like hard games. It's dumb. That's a good take. Alrighty. Those are very thin. I hope those hold. I think they'll hold. It's just you don't find it interesting. Well, you know, you're allowed to not find something interesting. Yeah. I'm going to put the big board on top, and I'll put the old board on the bottom, just because the big board has the URL on it, and that'll be visible from behind the desk. Here's where things get tricky. Extra to rock around. Let's get this. I can rest that there. And then hang it. I need to hang it evenly. This is all kinds of nonsense that's going to occur right now. How do I do this? Ah! Maybe I can, okay. Oh God, that's gonna be really short, isn't it? Yeah, that's super duper short. If I move these down to the ends and have it go way far across, like that. Let me do that. I'm gonna move these down. Yeah, okay. I've had Underworld stuck in my head all week. What even is this? So this is the hardware from Burn the Subs 3 that I'm not doing anymore. I was going to go with Delrin rollers and do the 2 axes and use the Granite Devices stuff. I still have the test set up for that. We'll want to play with that in the future. This is now Burn the Subs 3, the board that's currently up on the wall, because we've had to do so many changes to the hardware that that's version 3. That's it. So the old hardware, I wanted a backdrop for the gaming computer, because when I'm doing the gaming computer stuff, you guys are looking at like the back of like legal documents and like shit that I've just put on that shelf to be down here. It's not a good backdrop. And so what I want to do is, using this old hardware, I'm going to hang up the old Burn the Subs boards. We're doing miscellaneous projects today, and this thing has been sitting in the background for a week. So, Lost Ark. What was that? Every normie is on it. I find it offensive. Well, the internetosphere is full of normies. You're never going to get away from them. You might as well just integrate, so to speak. I should actually have these facing forward a little bit more, huh? Like do them like this, because that way they'll be able to pack in behind the thing. Or if I do them the other way around, what'll it do? Well, it'll pull it too far to the rear. Now, if that sticks over a little bit, that's fine. I can also, see, the thing is with this set, I hate these things. You tighten them up and they don't do the 90-degree twist. What I can do is like hang LED stuff off of this and make it look cool. I don't really have a wall to put the boards on, you know? So this is what I'm doing. I'm creating a wall. I'm building a wall between us. You and me, chat. An emotional wall. That's what I'm good at. So I'll put these all the way on the ends, and then they'll have to go a little distance to get to the fasteners on the board. I don't know what the utility of that is. I'm just making this up as I go, so don't quote me on this. When you build one of these for yourself and it crashes down, don't blame me. It's not my fault. I just work here. And I'm also walking here. Hey! I don't really want these to scratch the board, but they gotta sit like this. They're kind of in scratching distance. Want to hear a joke? I don't know. Probably not. Korean Diablo. Is that what Lost Ark is? I've never heard of it. All right. Let's see if I can get this thing. Let's see if I can get this thing hung. At least get it up off of the ground. Now, here's an important thing: is which end is up. I had an art exhibit in high school, or I had a piece of artwork that went to the exhibit in the high school, and I made very, very sure to get the right end upwards, and I accidentally marked the wrong end as up. It was very confusing, and it wasn't even good work. It was like some of my worst work that I've ever done. It was really bad. How do I make this so that I can tighten it? Well, I guess I'll just hang it initially, and we'll just see what happens, and then I can move the rail in order to cater. So I'll have to make sure that this thing is centered. Well, near enough is makes no difference, right? Just put a little bit of tension on it, and then do this. Life kid, sucked from the box, drink from the box, the juice kid. I got that Underworld song stuck in my head. It's like one of the weirder tracks. It's called Bruce Lee, the name of the song. All right, now I'm committed. I have to do this. I have to get this to hang up properly or else. Now that I've got one of them connected, it'll be a disaster if it falls. If it falls to enemy forces. Oh, maybe I could have just done it this way. Just held them like this and then gotten them to be tight. Because that one is hilariously loose. If I twist that to the side, what'll happen? I guess I can move them in order to tighten them too. I'll just do it that way then. I'll move it in order to tighten it so that I can hoist it up. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh boy. Oh boy, all that's going into my fingertips now. I can tighten this right now. Oh, Jesus. Half of the board fell down. No, 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 no. Meow, 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 meow. Owie. Okay. Hold on. Owie. All right. That should hold. Should hold? Oh. Nope. Nope. It's not strong enough. Ah! Yeah, it undid. The cable tie undid itself, so I'm going to have to actually tie a knot. All right. I'm going to cut all this stuff down and then start over. All right. That didn't work. The board is pretty heavy, so... Well, that one actually kind of cinched up. Stopped it from moving. So I'm gonna have to actually like do like a loop around or like a little fisherman's knot or something. Good to know. Good to know. At least I didn't hoist everything up and then discover that it was all gonna fall down. All right. Ah. Oh, that's cool. Do weird stuff in art class in high school, and the teacher sent it to the anti-drug art contest, and you won like $100. That's cool. You should see the stuff Demi does. He does cool stuff. He makes the arts, he does the art, he puts it together, he's like doing art, and then he's got the art going on. Yeah. Yeah, high schoolers draw weird shit. I don't know. It wasn't like, it's funny that I went to like a drug thing. All right, I'm starting over. I gotta tie like a fisher knot on this thing. Man. Thank you for the follows. Yeah, that's, man, that's annoying. I thought I could just twist it around and then that would like stop it from moving because this stuff is fairly malleable, but it should like, you know, hold it together. But I think what I need to do is I need to spin it around and then like go back up and tie a knot, like a Fisher knot, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I need a bowline knot on this thing. This was supposed to be simple. It was supposed to be simple. I think I'm going to double up on the wire because this is actually rather heavy. I make ads now. Yeah, that's Demi's Insta. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, I think I need 2 wires on the top. Probably only 1 on the bottom. More sure of yourself, more confident. Right. That's right. So 2 per, so I'm gonna need 4 of these things. Good thing I've got the whole kit. I thought I was gonna buy like I wasn't gonna buy the whole kit of stuff. I'm glad I did now, cause yeah, this stuff, man. Yeah, Demi, look at how much talent I have. Like none. There's nothing. There's nothing in there. It's devoid. It's completely blank. Talent has nothing to do with it. You gotta have confidence in your abilities. Confidence. I don't have an Insta though, so I'm not gonna follow Demi. And if I did, I wouldn't follow him. No, I absolutely would. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, buddy. It's like all those popular streamers that followed me way back in the day, and then they unfollowed me. They do not follow me anymore. Some of them dislike me. All right. God damn, this has been a process. I mean, how hard can it be to hang a picture up, right? But apparently it's, I mean, these things are not light. Follow for follow. That's how my Twitter account works, basically. Ain't nobody following me on Twitter. There's like 5 people. Twitter was really, the whole purpose of Twitter was to have a platform that I could just have anywhere, right? But and then the Discord bot, Nightbot pops in with a Discord announcement. Yeah, Discord kind of filled the role because I don't really, you know, I don't do a lot on Twitter. I like posting an occasional project update, you know, just to keep people in the know that I'm still alive and working, and the search parties can be called off. But like, I don't really do a whole hell of a lot with that. I'd rather post something to my stream projects section than actually do anything on Twitter. But it was there so that I could make little announcements for stuff. And apparently, like, being on a lot of different social medias is good for streaming, but at the same time, like, man, I don't want to be on Facebook, you know? How long until Discord has ads? Not long. Didn't they turn down the Microsoft acquisition? Because that would have. I don't want ads on my Discord. That's why I'm on Discord. So I pay Discord money. I don't want there to be ads, but it really is not a matter of if at this point. That's just how platforms work, and we're all going to move somewhere else. And then the investors are going to go, why? Why did they do that? It's like, you know why. You know precisely why. All right, so how am I going to do these? I guess I need to go down and around and then back up through the loop and basically just tie a knot. So I'll circle around like once or twice. And I just put it back up through the top so that when all that weight hits it, it'll, oh boy, it's fraying all over the place. So when all the weight hits it, it'll compress. I'm gonna get a piece of wire in my hand for this. That's my reward. There, it's a fisherman's knot. Hopefully that holds the weight of the board. All right, so that's one of them. And I'm using 2 wires on this so that it's got the heft. Yeah. Oh, U-block Origin hits. Okay. There's good for complaining to companies who failed to respond to emails. That's a good one, actually. I do like that. Another thing is that Twitter I've used to get in touch with other creators at my level. I'm not punching up, but like apparently some people are just more comfortable communicating on Twitter. I prefer Discord, but whatever. Because I'm not constantly checking it. My Twitter. Twitter. Big ups, Twitter massive. I'm not going to be able to get through there. Uh-oh. See if I can... These things twist the opposite way that wire typically does. Like electrical wire. So I always uncurl them when I try to curl them up. This is like a dexterity challenge today, and I'm not up for it. I'm like grumpy and tired and stuff today. It's a weird day. It's a weird day. This week, by the way, guys, this week kind of sucks for me for streaming because on Thursday I have that thing where they take a bag of blood out of me, and then they hold up the bag of blood in front of me, and they go, "You see this blood? Your life blood? This blood right here?" And they throw it in the medical waste, and they go, "It's fucking garbage. Your blood is garbage." But I get that done because I got a lot of iron in my blood, not just from chewing on electronics all day. I apparently have a lot of iron in my blood and caused me to be tired. So they take blood out of me because I don't think I can donate blood. I don't think I'm allowed to. So take it out, they throw it out, and then my body's like, ah, fuck! And then it creates less irony blood to replace the deficit. And it's a weird thing. The only way to treat this thing is to literally do bloodletting. It's very odd. Maybe after that I'll be a little bit more awake, but that destroys Thursday's stream. So we won't have Thursday's stream. Saturday I'm not doing this week because I will die. I will die if I do Saturday. So yeah, I'll be back. I should do that also. I get a lot of iron too. Yeah, there's a genetic marker for that. Yeah, I said as much in the admin channel if you didn't check that. CosmoQuest rating with a party of 20. How y'all doing? Yeah, no Thursday stream this week, and then Friday we will do stuff, and then Saturday I'm not doing. So it's a cursed week. How's it going, CosmoQuesters? I'm trying to use my old boards for something other than no good. So the old boards that were Burn the Subs, which is the project around here where we laser etch the names of subscribers onto a giant plank of wood. So I wanted to do something with these, and since I'm doing Saturday streamings, not this week, but I'm doing Saturday game streams and we're at my other computer, the backdrop for my other computer is just like a shelf that's full of crap. So I figured I'd use some of the old automation parts that I got sitting around, which this kind of stuff doesn't really sit around for very long. But anyway, I'm going to use some of these old things here and hoist the two boards up on a frame, a very loose frame. Jesus Christ. It only needs to hold it up. Hoist these up on a frame, and then I'll have a nice backdrop. It'll look nice. It'll look nice. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Hope there's a lot of cool stuff going on out there in space today. No, nothing really ever happens in space, right? It's just boring. There's all kinds of insane shit always going on in space. I still have a piece of that other wire hanging off here. Maybe I can get rid of it without this whole thing falling over and nearly killing me again. I'm trying to just use these little hooks and wires in order to hoist the board up on its own petard. But it's been a little sillier than it should be. Uh-oh, it's not working. Hold on. It's been a little sillier than it should be because this wire hanging kit that I got is completely out of its league when it comes to hoisting this much wood in the air. So, and this piece of wood is so big, giggity, that it's hard to get on camera. It is actually fairly difficult to get on camera. Now, once we hoist this piece, I can change the height of the bar. And I think this should actually hang a little lower than it is right now. Yeah, I think it should hang a little lower so that the cables are like fully supporting it. But I did want this to be very visible from the desk, which it's got to get over the monitors in order for it to be visible. Uh-oh, I don't have a lot of cable. Well, I can move that closer if I need to, which I do. So I need to get the wrench. This is a series of very cursed things, cursed operations, and I can't look at chat right now because I'm up on this thing. I got a whole dish up. One errant twitch and kablooey. This whole thing goes crashing down to the ground. Do that over there. I gotta move that one too. Oop. This is something that's been sitting in the background that I've been wanting to get to, and having the pressure of chat present for this helps. It helps. It helps me actually do this and be animated while I'm working on it and not distracted by 1,000 things at once. So when I stream, I actually concentrate on what I'm doing, sort of. To as much as you would expect one to, right? Gimme. All right. I see stuff going on there in chat. I wonder if I should lower this a little bit. How close are they? Yeah, they're pretty close. Yeah, I'm going to lower the bar a little bit. We're going to, not figuratively, I'm literally going to lower the bar. Although, figuratively, I've been lowering the bar my whole life. All right, let me read chat. I have that problem too, yeah. Lots happens, you just can't hear it. There's so goddamn, there are mind-boggling numbers in space. Everything is happening and it's all insane, but we can't hear it, so. Bloodletting is good for persistent organ pollutants like dioxins. Huh. That's coming straight from Krautland. Dioxins, huh? Dihydrogen monoxides. I don't know, some of the like cosmic occurrences, you could translate that into decibels, would be, god damn it, that's not good for the front surface. Nobody heard that. Translating that into decibels, damn it. Stupid thing. Okay. Lower the bar. How come lowering the bar, what is that? I guess it's the bar of entry is where the etymology of that. Because I'm like, isn't in limbo, isn't that like a good thing? Don't you want to have the bar lowered constantly? But that's not where the phrase comes from. You're lowering the bar of entry so the riffraff gets in, I guess. What is that? That's like scraping. Hold on. I've got these little things with like set screws on the ends, and that's what's holding this whole thing together. That one's now completely loose. If I loosen this one, this whole bar is going to drop. Ah! Babe, the new bar just dropped. See, that's going to put the other board way too low if I do it at this height, but all right, we'll just deal with it right now. It's okay. It's going to be okay, chat. It's going to be okay. Ow, that was a very loud squeak. All right, that should be enough room for now. This whole process is very fiddly. And this wrench doesn't exactly... This isn't a ball-ended wrench, which is really kind of a problem, because the end of the Allen key head is too wide. So it hits up against the bar. I just need something that'll hold this up for now, and then I can readjust it. I can figure out what the height's going to be and everything. Looks like the 3D print finished, so we can take a look at that in just a minute. I'll check the temperature. Why is that like... Wow, that's okay. I'll just tighten it. Here, let's check the temperature and see if I can extract the 3D print right now. Oh, look at that. It's a law thing. You have to pass the bar to become an attorney. Ah, that makes sense then. Relates to atmosphere bar. Okay, so that's ready to pop off. I don't have a camera over there, really. I guess I can... Oh, no, I don't have space for the BTS camera at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just take Windex all the way over here. I'm just going to give it a spurt. Listen for any cracking noises. I think we're a little late for crackling. Oh, God, it's really fucking stuck on there. Yeah, all right, got most of it. It's still left behind... fuck, ow, 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 ow. Still left behind a lot of support structure, and the support structure is just at the right height to get under my fingernail. Ow! I gotta stop doing that. I gotta use a guitar pick on that. Jesus, I'm like scraping it. I'm like scraping it and just getting... I'm probably bleeding. Bar that's set low would be much easier to jump over than a bar that was set up high. In this way, two opposing idioms, raise the bar, lower the bar, originated simultaneously. Man, we're doing a lot of etymology today. Figuring out where a lot of our language comes from. Yeah, that's what's been going on. That's why my nails are like receded. Am I bleeding? Yeah, that is blood. I am in fact bleeding. Your streamer has shed blood for you. Flipping nerds. Hey, it's good to know where your language comes from. If you want to use it properly or abuse it to the degree that we do, use it or lose it. Actually, that's my mantra about exercise. Ow. And then I'm trying to peel support structure off of the print itself with my bare hands. What is wrong with me, chat? The Zod! Thank you for gifting a sub to Probably Caleb. We talking about Caleb Kraft from Hackaday? My old editor-in-chief. I don't know if he has a Twitch account or not. Nor would I let you guys know what it is, because he probably wouldn't want people to know it. I can't really see through this. Sorry to disappoint. You're very disappointing to me. Why are you not from Hackaday? Oh, look at the gyroids from the side. That's kind of cool. Potentially carob. What? I did. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. That's why I'm bleeding. No, that is precisely what I did with both my index finger and this one. That hurt a lot. I kind of want to up the temperature. See, the thing is, I want this to be somewhat... I want it to be somewhat clear so that we can see bubbles inside of it. But what performance do we get from the temperature tower? Where did I put that? It's right here. I mean, I could try to print with no support material. It did really well here. I don't think it would do very well on this with no support material. I don't think it would. It might do okay in some of the spots and then fill in with it, though. I'm going to try that. I'm going to do a no support material print of this and see what we get. Because the only structures that are really challenging are these things up here, and making that all work. And even if it's a little shitty when it's done, I mean, there's going to be a bead of sealant at the top and the bottom, and that should hold it all together. And then these will get a bead of sealant too. Well, we're talking about my printer, and my printer isn't very good at bridging. So with no support, this back piece is going to be super duper weak. So maybe I can just make the it can be super duper weak though. No, but then it'll distort like when it moves. So I can do like a keep out area. Hold on. Computer's asleep and there's foot pedals in front of it. Hold on. Move this over here. Wake up, you stupid computer. Oh my God, so much porn. Oh no, never mind. All right, let's see. Oh no, you know what? It's still gonna, I can do no support and then it'll just not, it'll still have the gyroids in it. I mean, yeah, if I take the top and I like do... do like, do like one of those. What's up, Groovy? I mean, that might work. If I could get the rest of it to do that, too. Let's just try it regular first, because it's all it's going to do. There's going to be some droopy lines around here. That's all. I think the droopy lines will be okay. So... blah, 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 blah. Infill, no. Support material. Off. I do have to get the new version of Prusa. Slice. So now it's just going to do its best. What's it going to do on those layers? So that's going to be cursed. But I don't know. Maybe a little bit of filament's going to hang over there. And it'll sort of barely work. I mean, alternatively, I could put just like something here to hold it up. Something straight across. But I don't know. Let's just try it. I might try to do the loop first. And it might totally screw up the entire print, but let's just see what happens. I need to clean off the bed, which means not using my fingernails this time. Not using my fingernails. I'm going to get a guitar pick and use that. Here, we'll go over to this cam. And I'll flip it around. Just a guitar pick. Just a fingernail analog. Wah! All right. Ow. Ran into my pedals. When I moved the 3D printer back, I had all this room in the shop. Jeez, words are failing. Words hypnotize, words mesmerize. Yeah, I had all this space in the shop I didn't know what to do with. Like, I wasn't buried under a 3D printer project. I am sad I had to abandon all the special stuff that I was going to do to the printer, but that'll be another day. We'll figure that out eventually. All right, all the little pieces of filament need to be up. There's the oozing. All right, that's ready for the print. I still feel something. Yeah, there's something right there. Don't use my fingernails. All right. Let us print. Keep the guitar pick over there. So I'm just going to hit that little G arrow button. It's up on the wall, but I don't want to use metal against the plastic. And I don't have I guess I could get a plastic scraper. I should use a plastic scraper. The guitar pick works. It's just when I have a lot of support material sitting on the bed, it creates a lot of little leftovers. Whereas typically I can just peel up the brim or whatever it is. All right, up we go. Now is where I get to attempt to be a rodeo clown and actually hang this thing up onto the wire hangers. I should probably do them at 90 degrees though. Well, they're gonna want to go like this. Yeah, no, they'll stay that way. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Requires more squatting. More squatting and lifting. Ooh, lift with your back. Kind of a bending, twisting motion. See, the thing is, I want to hold this up a little bit further. But I don't know the means. I don't have the memes. I guess what I can do is I can attach it like this, and then I can move those outward in order to hoist this up a little higher. So, nice and tight. And loop her around. Not going to be able to get back through there. Damn it. I've dug my own grave. See, I guess the way to do it would be to have a screw crush these, right? I don't think that's gonna like over tighten and then loosen. Like it'll just basically undo itself immediately. So I'm just randomly looping back in just to see if I can come up with something that'll hold this. Curses, hold on. I don't have enough force to pull, which I guess is good. That means it'll hold this thing up a little better. There, that's the ugliest thing I've ever done. All right, next. Actually needs to be up a little bit from where it is, like that. Now that it's up, it's going to, it's going to do all kinds of stuff that I don't want it to. So I need to actually hold it up. Then I can even it out with the, by sliding the actual thing on the rails. And then sometime in like April, this will fall and scare the shit out of me. I should have gotten the compression nuts that these things have. Whatever, close enough. It looks like hell. All right, well, now I can just get the wrench and C-clamps or clips to hold the board up while you're trying. Yeah, maybe. I guess I could, you know, if I did it properly, well, how do you do this properly? I don't even know. I'm making it up as I go along, chat. Well, it's holding up its own weight, so I could just hold it here and get the two tight. My hands would stay still long enough. There we go. That's one. And the other one, I gotta reposition for. I gotta like hold it with one hand and operate the wrench with the other and get everything tight and not drop it. Jeez. I could probably have hung this like a real picture too. It would probably have been easier. Whatever. I thought this would have been cool. Even cooler is if I used springs. That would have been cool. Oh, god damn it. God damn these little... Fuck. These little 90-degree nuts are the worst. They're the worst. They're very annoying and my wrist is tired. Okay, hold on. See, I'm trying to like poke my stomach out so that I can actually like hold it up with my stomach. You need to like undo them almost all the way in the little trough. Ah, shit. No. Hold on. This whole thing's gonna come crashing down on me. Okay, so this, grab it from the middle, which I've marked, all the way over here. Anybody who's like hung a picture is like yelling at me right now, I'm sure that I'm doing everything wrong. And I am, but at least I'm putting in maximal effort. Which is probably part of the problem, but... Please tighten. God fucking damn it, I hate these things. Oh wait, did that actually did go. Alright, hold on. Try not to ruin it. I gotta... fuck. Alright, hold on. Let me get my bearings again. Rest my arm. Whew. So, trying to move this thing out that way, and that'll hold this up a little higher. But these little nuts require turning 90 degrees so that it grips the edges of the extrusion. So they're particularly difficult to work with. Yeah, if I had 2 people, this would be done. But but I have 1 shop, so here I am. Beast it up with 1 hand. That's what I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking in my boots. Ah, and then it turned. Fucking piece of fuck. No, it's not tight. I need to tighten it with 1 hand. Fuck. This sucks. This thing will not turn 90 degrees. You need to like loosen it almost all the way out and then get it in like that and then tighten it down, which requires about 60 turns. Nope, it didn't do it again. Shit. See, now it's tight. But by just sliding it down, I might be undoing it. It might loosen from there. All right, I'm gonna do the lift again. I mean, I guess I could use like the Z-axis or something to like hold this up. It wouldn't really work that well. I don't think the clamps would hold it very well. Oh, god damn, you piece of shit. You! It's just gonna drop out. Oh no, it didn't drop out. Ow. I mean, this is where I could lift the bottom up to like support it a little bit, but... not being able to, yeah, being on your end of the monitor. Nah, that's pretty good. That's pretty much in the center. Get the extra wire out of the way. It's not bad. It's not bad, not bad. It only took all of my wrist strength to pull it off. Jeez. There's a sentence that I probably shouldn't utter so plainly on Twitch. So the other 2 can just go in for stability. The drone oh, you mean, yeah, the propeller, yeah, all the way up there. Jesus, my hands. Did not enjoy that. I only need 1 wire for the bottom ones. Try to get them even with the top ones. That'll stop this thing from shaking around. Shaking a boot. This thing really needs to be ball-ended. I really feel cheated by this kit that I bought. I bought this kit of T-handle wrenches. Fucking... I bought this kit of T-handle wrenches for, you know, a fair bit of money, thinking that they were going to be super awesome. And I'd be able to work all of these kinds of things with them. And they don't have ball ends on the smaller sizes because they tend to pop off when you put a lot of torque into them because they're so thin. Whereas I have cheap China torque wrenches that were sent to me, you know, with other pieces of hardware that have ball ends on them. They're so much easier to work with. I'm just using scrap pieces for this. It doesn't need to be tight. All this needs to do is hold it steady. I need to find another scrap piece, though. That'll do. The larger ones got balls, but the small ones don't got no balls. They ain't got no balls on them. No balls. No marbles. All right. Apologies for the pops. When I get up and down like I'm doing today, I often will unhook the mic by accident. I feel like that should go a little higher up, huh? Well, getting it higher up is more of a challenge than it being higher up. Like, should go a little higher up, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna make it a little higher up. We're gonna lift it up a little bit. The easy one's the first one to move. Now I gotta move the one over here. Luckily I can rely on the other one, I guess. Might have over moved the other one. Oh! Fuck. And then everything went wrong. Because I had to play with it. Fuck! Ow! Okay, the wire broke. So maybe this idea is not as good as I thought it was. Ooh, we're gonna need a big band-aid on that. Hold on. I got a big cut on my fingy. Right on the joint, too. Scraped off the skin. Gross. It's mostly a scratch. All right, I'm gonna put a finger band-aid on so I don't violate toss. I'll be all right. Does my other finger hurt? Just got caught in the fray. Free maroon wood stain. No, that was the metal that did that. I think. Well, I'll have to clean it out tonight. Such a good idea, you get to do it again. I know. Oh, I mean, that wire breaking is a sign that I think I need to get a better kit for this. I need to figure out a better way to do this. Because if it's gonna fall like that, I can't have it. Yeah, but if I laid it on the ground and then picked it up, what you just saw happen would have happened while it was behind all of my expensive computer stuff. So it's good that it happened here. I mean, it's like one of those scenarios that you see in like engineering textbooks where because the item moved in such a way, the full brunt of force was on this one cable that was installed improperly by the construction crew. Why did that? I mean, that just like broke. The knot is still sitting over there. Print something? Nah, I don't trust the print for this kind of stuff. Nah, I mean, I could use, basically what I can do is I can get more heavy duty cables. That's basically it. That's what should happen here. You know, I'm not gonna run 3 cables now. With that happening once, that was enough for me. And the reason my finger got injured is it got pressed between the board and the vertical rail, and I think it's scraped. I don't really know what it's scraped. I think maybe the corner pinched it. There's not blood on anything. This is just going to be a really annoying scab for quite a while. That's going to be quite an annoying scab for quite a while. But it really was just like it just shaved. It just shaved the skin off, so it's like one layer of skin missing. I give up. I give up on that one for today. Jesus Christ. So it's a better solution, hanging it like a painting. I still think the wires will work. I just need bigger wires. I need bigger wires. I don't want it to fall like that again while I'm screwing around with it. Having like a tensioner would be nice, but like what I need to do here is take the lesson of the folly of my ways. Bigger wire, and I think all the rest of the hardware should be okay. And it'll just hold that up. I mean, it's a lot more weight than I had anticipated it being. Yeah, man versus wood. I'm gonna go wash out this cut. And then I'll get some Neosporin on it and shit. As a diabetic, I know a lot about wound care. So I need to act quickly right now. So that I don't have any, you know, super duper... I don't care about scars, but I just don't want it to be prolonged. So... overlay. BRB is up. Yeah, there it is. All right. Got the BRB, and then I'm going to just put on... Here, we'll do a multi-view. I don't want to do individual strands like that. I'd rather just get larger wire.
Thanks so much for...
Just larger wire and maybe the little compression sleeve things. Yeah, that joke is gone. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know where my Neosporin is, my triple antibiotic. So what I'll do is just drop an alcohol swab on it, which is gonna suck, but it needs to be done. With a slightly better Band-Aid here. A little bit of quick wound care. I am among those streamers who can unintentionally draw blood on stream. I don't know what happened to my triple antibiotic though. That's like kind of important stuff. I use it a lot. Quite a bit actually. Yeah, it's me and the whatever the guy is that works on cars. Yowzers. Man, that is already very painful. It's right on top of the joint. Do a little inspection here real quick. Yeah, it's basically a scraped off portion of skin, and then right at the top of it, there's a scrape. It's not that big of a deal, and it's not really bleeding all that much. Moratori te salutamus! That's not so bad. Actually, that hurts like fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna just like load it up with the Neosporin. But I got an alcohol swab. I'm gonna use alcohol swab. Charles Swab. I don't think I got splinters in there. Oh, that opened it up a lot. I gotta hurry. I gotta hurry! Or else they're gonna have a geyser. BTS is all boards and screws. Wow, I really fucked that up. It's all boards and screws. It's got 2 vertical boards that connected to 2 horizontal boards that go along the wall and connected to joists in the wall. So it's really like I could climb on Burn the Subs. All right, don't tell Twitch that you guys got to see the wound. Not to touch the bandage. What are you talking about? I gotta touch the bandage. That's how it's gonna stick to my skin. Otherwise, I'm gonna sweat it off. The problem is I'm gonna have to keep my finger like this for a while. And I'll have to treat that every now and then. That's like more than just a couple layers of skin. Man. You need to take less blood on Thursday, not tomorrow. That's right. I'm gonna join high society now. Oh, the white part that's against the wound. Oh, well. So much for that. I pushed on it a lot. No, I got to get it to stick because it's on a... God, it's right on a joint, guys. It's right on a joint. Oh, man. It's right on a joint. That's going to really suck. I don't have any of those Band-Aids anymore where you have the... That woke me up, by the way. I'm awake now. Thank you, Adrenaline. Could have used you this morning, but oh well, here I am. Yeah, so those of you who didn't catch what just happened, we were messing. I was messing with it. I got everything hung up on there, on the cables and everything, and then I decided to make it a little closer to the top bar, which required moving the bolts out. So I picked up one end and I moved the bolt out, and then I went to pick up the other end and move the bolt out, and it rocked and shook, and enough force was on the other cable that it snapped, and then the whole board went shoof on its fulcrum. And as it did that, my pinky got between the board and the post. And you know, you're the softest thing in the shop, so it just shaved off a little piece of my my pinky joint, which sucks. I'm okay with finger pain. I'm not. I mean, it does hurt, but I've done worse and I've healed from worse, so I'll be fine. I'll probably have a weird scar right there. But yeah, that was annoying. That shouldn't have happened. I mean, like, I mean, it had every right to happen. Engineering wise, it's not like I knew the maximum load capabilities of that particular wire, and it was a little bit thin. It's for like picture hanging, and that board is a lot heavier than I give it credit for. So what I need to do, was it wrong to clip it? No, it's fine. I didn't show the wound until, just don't clip the wound showing part. I briefly showed you guys the wound just so you knew that it was a little bit severe. But oh well. This will be like 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. Sucks. It's gonna be right on my joint. People pay this. I mean, look, man, I'm covered in scars. Whenever I go to the doctors for that blood draw, they're like, really? You want to draw from the hand? I'm like, yeah, draw from the hand. It's easier to find the veins. My veins, like over here where they normally draw blood, they are deep. They can't find them. And so they'll dig around in there looking for the veins. And I'm just like, please just make it stop. Like, this hurts like hell. Just please, just get it over here. And they're like, but it might leave a scar. And I'm like, I don't care. I have every type of scar on my hands. But yeah, that was a little deeper than I had anticipated any kind of an accident being. So that sucked. I'll have to figure out what I want to do about hanging the boards now on that frame, because it's a little bit heavier than I had anticipated. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just getting thicker wire and doing it again. The same exact cursed process that I've already just been through. The The only other thing that I have to work on are the pedals, aside from just continually printing this thing. How far are we into this print? I can just show it when we're done. Oh, we have 6 minutes. All right, we can waste 6 minutes, and then we'll take a look at the print, and then I'm fucking out of here because I don't want to keep going with this. I just want to let that do its thing, right? Heal up, and then we'll come back because if we're not working on that board, I don't have anything else to really work on aside from the pedals, but we'll get there. But yeah, I'm gonna let myself heal a little bit. Man, the miscellaneous project days have now taken the lead for the most dangerous day project type. Hit the neck dock. Neck the hit dock? Ugh. Yeah, that's annoying. All right, let me see if I can get you guys an angle on the printer. I guess I could use chain, yeah. I wanted it to just be cables. Just hung up on 4 cables. I mean, I could, you know, ultimately the best way for me to mount the boards up on the thing would be to just use a couple angle irons that would go to the hookups on the board. But I don't have that many extra angle irons for it. Could you do XYZ? Yes, yes I could. That's all I got. Yes. Yep. I can do anything. Anything's possible. Short Lurker, thank you for subbing. Lighting is a little weird here. Let me see if I can do something about that. Properties. Configure video. And let's see. Let's take exposure to there. And then I can turn the gain up a little bit. You can kind of see it. I mean, the nozzle's at the center of all that crap, so. Yeah, listen, around in Pennsylvania, you go to beer distributors. So 1 case of White Claw, you might as well buy 2, and then it comes with a cardboard thing. And so I use the cardboard thing in order to hold everything up. So this is like, everybody seems to see the White Claw and go, oh my God, he drank that overnight? And it's like, no, man, it was a course of like 2 years. the real ones are the Tired Hands things. That Tired Hands is special. That's an Ardmore brewery that creates absolutely beautiful beers. They make milkshakes, which are like an intense amount of hops through the brewing process. Yeah, that was 1 sitting, that whole thing. Jeez. Oh my God, White Claw. Dude, you can go to the distributor and be like, hey, you got some of those trays? They're like, yeah, man. And they just give them to you. So the trays are really good for just organizing all the detritus. Like the, where you see that little bit of green filament, that's actually where the, what do you call it? Where Project Hornet is, which was the controller that I was going to make for Rich and Jack of Red Letter Media. But, that ended up being abandoned. We kind of made a first version of the hardware, and they took it around to places to see if they wanted to manufacture it, and the places were like, no. Yeah, there's load-bearing shit. Uncle Phil! Thank you for the 8-month streak. Sub for 9 months. Uncle Phil, thank you so much. Shorty's 39 months. Hell yeah, both of you guys. Thank you so much. Listen, we're going to rage quit in a little bit here. I'm going to finish this print, and we'll take a look at it. But I shaved a bit of skin off of my finger joint. So, we got a scam train. Oh yeah. Activating the scam train. Yeah, I got injured today, so I'm gonna take it easy. I don't really feel like rage quitting, but I don't have supplies in order to hang up those boards. I could try to use springs to do it. Oh boy, add springs to the uncertainty of what just happened. All right, what is it doing still? It's still working on the sidewalls, it looks like. Or maybe it thinks that there's a substrate there. It should be getting close to the end. It does look a lot more clear. See if it's able to actually, I can't really see what it's doing now. I think it's actually doing it. I think it's accomplishing it. I think it was able to actually make the support area. there's compensation for that, and the whole printer is on squash balls, so there is compensation for the resonance. But the thing is, like, if who is it, the sexy cyborg, whatever her name is, she put a 3D printer in a backpack and was running around town with a 3D printer in the backpack making stuff, and it does not affect it, because everything is mechanically locked to itself, right? Everything is mechanically locked together. So if the whole ensemble shakes, that's okay. Everything is shaking together. It's not moving in relation to itself. I've got 3D filament up my nails. I've got a portion of my joint missing. Today's a day, huh? The project has gone 0 days without an incident. Well, yeah. yeah, it has. It happens sometimes. Shaking together strong. I'll figure out what we're going to do on Thursday. We'll do something more fun, and you guys will be able to see that I've actually fully healed. I will have fully 100% healed from this. Now, I'll probably have a giant scab on my joint, and I'll be bitching about it the whole time. Oh yeah, not Thursday, Friday. Sorry, Friday. Thursday, I'm losing even more blood. This is peanuts compared to what I'm going to be losing tomorrow. Thursday. Jesus Christ. Man, I can't keep anything straight today. What's wrong with me? All right, what do we got? 32 seconds. 12 seconds. Yeah, it's actually a front for an international vampire ring that sustains themselves off of iron blood. Yeah, the top of the thing looks pretty good. I would like to observe the rest, but it's going to be like 10 minutes until it cools. This is the water jacket for the laser. I mean, you know, if I get rid of those little bits of stringing, it's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, that distorted it a little bit. I shouldn't even. Right now, it's like it's very soft. Very, very soft. I could smash it with my finger. So I gotta be careful. But it looks like that'll be the one that I use. No, you've seen. I think you've seen what I use, Schmide. Basically, just WinSCP does everything. So in order to SSL into my Pi, which sounds kind of perverted if you really put it that way, all I need to do is, which one is alive? Fridge Pi is alive right now. All I need to do is just open up a putty session, and then it just logs me in and everything. And here I am. I'm just SSL'd into, or whatever. SSH? Is it? I don't know the difference between the two. Listen, I don't know enough. I don't know which one's which. But yeah, that's all I do, is just use WinSCP and putty. And all you have to do is install WinSCP, because it comes with putty. Which is cool. Works very well. All right, guys. I gotta let this printer cool, and it's gonna be like 15 minutes until it's ready. Oh, secure cell versus secure socket layer. SSL is HTTPS. I don't know anything about it. These things already had all that set up. Like the Octo Clipper and stuff like that. It was already just right there for me. So, I don't know. I'm wondering what advantage the 32-bit, 64-bit Raspberry Pi stuff is going to do for Octo Clipper. We wanted to try that, but it was just easier to just use the flash that does the whole thing on the thing. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I'm injured now. I'm going to go get my Purple Heart or something like that. Yeah. I'm going to be back on Friday. Friday, I'll be back, and we'll work on stuff. It's still kind of going to be a miscellaneous day then. By then, I should be able to get thicker wire so we can go through all that nonsense again. Maybe I can clean my desk and stuff so that I can actually point the camera in that direction, because I don't like showing that area of my life. But yeah, maybe we can do that, and then I can install that whole nonsense just so I have that decorative stuff up. Aside from that, I mean, there's going to be various stuff that we can work on as well. So we'll get to that. We'll get all that stuff done. Maybe we could even do a leak down test for the water cooling of the board. We'll see. We'll see what I'm up to because I got to prep for Saturday, Sunday. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys being around for this disaster of a stream. Until Friday, I will be hanging out online as I normally am, sort of terminally online. So terminally sitting at a terminal. Anyway, you guys go watch Elden Ring. I'll see you later.